I seek my birthright.
So, Malekith. So yeah, Malekith is probably one of the easiest starts in the game, I think, for Legendary. I haven't played as much Dark Elves as I have Empire and High Elves, but they are one of my favourite races. One of the big reasons that I like them so much is that they is the hero-centric gameplay. I love having heaps of heroes and stacking lots of magical items and different followers and stuff like that. Just kind of adds another element to the game. And Dark Elves, Dark Elves have 4 different hero types, some of which you can get quite a lot of. Like the masters, you can get quite a lot of masters because you can build their building that they require pretty easily. And also the Dark Elves have a lot of crazy items that you can stack. So so we'll hopefully show off a little bit of that. And also show off a sort of turtley, a fairly easy turtley start that you can play with the Dark Elves. Probably well, so I haven't woken up yet. Probably no Necromunda gameplay tonight. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to do, for anyone who's waiting for some more Necromunda, we're just going to do a Warhammer 2 stream tonight. And then, maybe get back to the Necromunda tomorrow. I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the next, few weeks, I'd say. Just sort of interleaving, a bit of Necromunda, then a bit of Warhammer, and going back and forth. So if you're just looking for the Necromunda, maybe take a break tonight. But if you're interested in doing a few turns of a Dark Elf campaign, gonna start a new Malekith campaign. I tend to like turtley starts, or turtley games in general. I'm not so much for the painting the map my color kind of gameplay, and unfortunately that's kind of a bit required with legendary in Warhammer 2. If you sort of aren't kind of conquering, if you aren't sort of conquering at the same pace of as the enemy AI factions, then they can sort of outpace you. So these are our starting characters. I've been playing around with Reshade, trying to get some settings that might improve the graphics of the game, make it a bit more vibrant. I think that what we've got now is quite a bit more kind of vibrant than normal. Although maybe the blacks are coming out a bit too black. I've just cut it down to, because I'm like kind of new to using Reshade. I've just cut it down to sort of like the bare minimum amount of options that you can get. I don't know if I move it over there. So I only got sort of these basic options that I saw somebody recommend on I think on Reddit or on the forums or something. And you can. I'm trying to move it somewhere where we won't be in the way of camera. So basically with Reshade, you can just get whatever options you want and tick them on and off. So we can sort of like take some of these things off. And so this is the basic. This is what it would normally look like if you were just playing it without any Reshade, and it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks fine. But if you sort of add some of these things back on, I think that looks a bit better. A little bit stronger. Maybe that one's the one. That one's the one that kind of makes the blacks a bit stronger. This one makes the colors quite a bit brighter. Maybe we'll just leave it at that for now. So anyway, so attempting to find the right sort of combination that'll give us some nice vibrant colors and Nice looking graphics. Anyway, so we'll just talk about Malekith's start a little bit. So Malekith's got a few good things going on for him. One, Malekith himself is... Oh, I wonder if that volume's a bit too loud. Malekith himself is a really powerful legendary lord. He's got some okay-ish magic, especially in the early game. He's got this Blade Wind, will do quite a lot of damage against weak, sort of unarmored foes. Also, he's got this Power of Darkness that he can use to recharge his magic, so he can get quite access to quite a lot of winds of magic early in the early game. Also, he's quite a powerful melee combatant himself, and he gets access to one of the best mounts in the game a little bit later on, which is Seraphon, his Black Dragon. So all those things together make Malekith just a really good legendary lord to lead your armies. But also he gets this line of strategy map increases. So 5% tax rate world faction wide. He gets this plus 20% income from slaves for all provinces. So we'll get into the slave mechanic a bit later, but basically slaves is like where most of your money comes from, as the Dark Elves. And the other important part is the slave decline rate minus 10% to all provinces. All of and also the minus 15% public order penalty. So all of that stuff just makes it easier to manage, like having a lot of slaves, and you want to max out your slaves fairly early. Public order and diplomatic efforts with other Dark Elves. And here he's got, this is another interesting bonus. So he's got plus 25 growth, plus 30% tax rate for faster construction and cheaper construction in the local area where he is. So he, like in the later game, once you start getting some additional armies and stuff, I find it quite good to have Malekith be sort of transition into becoming the defender lord and sort of managing things at home. Once you get some other powerful leaders to go out and start conquering stuff for Malekith. He can sort of, if you need to defend it all, then he can be the one that defends. As I said, I like the turtle. It's not probably the optimal way to play the game. You're probably best off, like, once you start rolling, just try and keep your steamroll going. And so in that case, you would probably have Malekith out on the front line, maximizing his, your most powerful lord. But if you do like the turtle like me, then Malekith's a really good turtle leader because he gives such a big bonus to whatever provinces he's in. So if you have him hanging around your main money-making province, which for us is going to be Ghrond, then he'll give you a lot of bonuses, or Iron Mountains, that is. First thing to do when you start a new campaign is see what sorceress you get. So I like to make quite a sort of hero-centric campaign. So having perceptive on your starting sorceress is quite good because you get plus 15% magic drop chance. There's other good traits as well. Disciplined is quite a good one. I quite like perceptive. That's one of the best traits in my opinion for your initial lord, just for your initial hero, just so you can start stacking up those magic items as quickly as possible. Now, basically, you start off at a war with the Skaven faction that's occupying these apparently unoccupied provinces. Skaven, they're sort of essentially invisible when they occupy a province. Excuse me. So they're at war with us, but they're not very powerful and they're not really going to be much of a threat. So one way to sort of start this off is to pretty much just kind of take this, then take this, and then take this. What we actually want to do to sort of power level Malekith a little bit is to just attack the Great Arena sort of a few times, just to get some cheap levels. And then we'll be recruiting with Malekith at the same time. And you can also speed up your technology by using this sorceress to attack the Great Arena to get bonuses to your research. But we'll do that a little bit later, and I'll explain why. So we'll fight this first. We'll just move to about here, and
Very well.
we'll do some trespassing, so we'll get some extra negative negative bonuses to the great arenas, not the great arena, sorry, to the Ghrond's relation with us. So yeah, it's a bit of trespass there. The reason I did that is because I want to actually get some more positives to Hellebron. We want to ally with Hellebron as soon as possible, so we don't need to worry about defending against her, basically, otherwise she'll get quite powerful really quickly. So basically what you do is
don't waste my time with petty intrigues.
you can do join war against Ghrond. Through here, and then you can get military access, or possibly even defensive alliance, for basically for free from Hellebron. No, I can't quite get defensive alliance, but we can get military access, and then from there we're only a hop, skip, and a jump away from being good friends with Hellebron. If we can probably get some money out of that as well.
Weak and
Maybe not. That's okay. Even just the military access is good. Okay, so now we're friends with Hellebron, and she's unlikely to attack us right straight away.
Attack.
We won't attack straight away for a second. Just encircle, because we want the sorceress to join the battle.
Come, my dealers of death.
all shall be mine.
Slaughter them.
Yeah, just joining having her join on is a successful agent action. Basically, let me just turn that light on. Yeah, just having her join the army is a successful agent action from her. So that sort of that unlocks this agent action sacrifice to her Cardi, which we're going to use fairly soon. But we need some slaves to power it. So all of these rites that you can do with Dark Elves, they'll require slaves to power it. So that's another thing we're going to get by sacking this city over and over again. We're going to get some good slave bonus fairly early. And we'll just choose one of these things. We'll fight a battle just to get things rolling. You can auto-resolve this battle, and yeah, I probably normally... Oh, actually, no, I like to fight the first one. I think it's good to fight the first one just to get the advantage, because this first time they're going to have a full roster, so they're going to do a bit of damage to your army. But after this initial fight, they'll be decimated. As long as we keep sacking them every turn, then they won't be able to build up much of a threat. All right. This is you get used to all these maps after a while. You'll sort of play them a few times. I like to put my bolt thrower over here. You generally want to always change your bolt thrower to this multi-shot round instead of the standard round. It does more damage against infantry and spreads the damage around. It's also better against sieges as well. We'll put our archers there. Put Malekith over here. This Scourge on a chariot is actually quite powerful at the start as well. You can use that to pretty effectively. Yeah, so we've got these two heroes that we can start using straight away. The archers are the only ones that are really much of a challenge to us, that are going to sort of do damage. So that's what we want to kind of neutralize. So these chariots can they can move fairly quickly, and they can get in here and just mess with the archers. Just trying to get a bit of extra damage there. And we don't want to charge the chariots into the spearmen. And this spell will give you extra winds of magic by damaging the unit that you cast it on. And you see, this is just making these units mill around to try to deal with these chariots, and it's just getting them shot more and more by the catapults. Now this unit of archers is almost damaged, almost routed already. That spell that Malekith's got doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it is armor piercing. This one, Chill Wind, and you can upgrade it to make it have a snare or a slowdown on it, which is kind of can be kind of useful. I'm a bit up in the air still about whether it's worth the extra point to get the snare. Yeah, it's a pretty easy fight, but you just basically you just fight it out to make it a little bit easier on your troops, so you don't take as much damage. As soon as they get in range of these archers, they'll do quite a lot of damage to them.
Servant of Hecate!
Malekith. Lord of Nagaron.
Malekith can actually tank these units fairly well, if he needs to.
Advancing. No mercy.
Merciless warriors! Carnage awaits!
Sorceress of Ghrond!
The Witch King. Come forth.
Sorceress of Ghrond!
Yeah, that's it. So I think that if you kind of run around and kill all these units sort of as much as you can, then you actually get a little bit more captured slaves afterwards. Yeah, we aren't going to be able to kill much more than we already have, and we've already gotten quite a few kills, so I don't know if it makes too much difference at this point. But yeah, so let's do that. You didn't take any damage. This as long as you don't lose the whole chariot with these chariots, they fully regenerate. So there's 4 units in the there's 4 chariots in the unit, and because none of them died, we'll get them back fully after this. Yeah, so we sack this. We get 229 slaves, which is pretty good. Plus, we've already got these starting to get these powerful followers. So this one gives you plus 10% strength when fighting against elves, and plus 10% building income from all buildings in the local region. So yeah, with Dark Elves you can stack quite a lot of. You can sort of build tall quite well. So they're really good sort of turtling faction. So yeah, so basically you can get a few heroes with this this follower on them. I think sorceresses can take that one. Yeah, so for example, you take that on a bunch of sorceresses, and you can actually use sorceresses to increase your income as well. So that's one of the interesting things about Dark Elves. They we'll get into that later on, but more later on. But yeah, they can. So we'll just leave him here.
On my way.
So yeah, he has enough movement to make it back here to recruit this turn. So I won't bother. The chariot is actually quite powerful, but it also costs a little bit of money. Whereas we want to basically stack up dark shards, which are really cheap for Malekith because he gets a discount to. So that's another reason why Malekith is so cheap. or so powerful, sorry, in such an easy mode Legendary Lord is because of this minus 50% upkeep for Blackguard of Ghrond, Dread Spears, Bleak Swords, and Dark Shards units. So Dark Shards in particular are pretty powerful armor piercing archers that Dark Elves get access to straight away, and they're one of their best units. And Malekith gets them for 50% off. And if you want to use infantry later on, like melee infantry, Blackguard of Ghrond are one of the most powerful melee infantry in the game with a strong anti-large bonus, and Malekith also gets 50% reduction to them. And also this starting position has a special building that gives you access to them earlier than other factions too. So all that stuff's pretty good. Now, it's really good to unlock Burning Head as soon as possible to get so that you can get some magic to sort of multiply your power of your army. But I also like to get scouting as soon as possible so I can start stacking up more items because I'm going to have quite a lot of heroes in the way that I prefer to play. So yeah, it's good to get that scouting unlocked as soon as possible. But that is sort of more of my personal preference to play. Probably that it's better to get that Burning Head as soon as possible so you can just make sure that you're not going to lose battles and you're getting those advantages to your army. Now, another thing you can do is get rid of these conscription halls pretty early. But we might just hire a few more. Actually, let me just.
Victory is mine.
Yeah, so if we get rid of it now, we won't be able to recruit Dark Shards. So we still need to keep that for a little while. But as soon as we unlock, as soon as we fill out this army, potentially we can delete that. But I probably won't because I'll probably be going for getting as many masters as possible, as early as possible. So yeah, we've got some options with that anyway. But yeah, so you want to get this building. We haven't quite got enough slaves to do our rites yet. So that's all we do for the first turn. Oh, sorry, there's one more important thing as well. If you want to have a really easy mode start, you want to get a non-aggression pact with the Mung.
A timely arrival. My warhounds have not.
And usually, if you attacked Ghrond, because they hate Ghrond, so they get like a bit of a bonus because you've sort of military actions, war, and trespasses against Ghrond. So again, that little extra 2 relations from the trespassers just maybe helps you a little bit more there. But yeah, you should always be able to get an alliance with the Mung on the first turn, or get a non-aggression, with the Mung on the first turn. You also have to worry about their ally, the Agol, but generally they're a bit further away. As long as you don't have the Mung, as long as you've got the non-aggression with the Mung, so they don't start like backdooring you straight away, then you can kind of deal with your other immediate threats, and then eventually break the non-aggression with the Mung, and then wipe them out as well. Or you can kind of keep them as a weak enemy to sack over and over again if you like. Later on in the campaign. But anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much the first turn, the way that I like to play it. I feel like this is, it's one of the kind of safest starts, I think. Well, not particularly the way I'm doing it. I think Malekith in general is one of the safest and easiest starts. I think there's a couple of different variations on how to start. One is this one where you leverage this great arena as a sack city a little bit while you're building up at the start. Which is the one I'm doing. Another one is to just kind of go straight for unifying the province. Maybe that's better. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I forgot to disband these cold ones. I was going to do that. I'll do it after this turn though. But yeah, basically now we've got this sack city here again, and we can just sack it again. But we can pretty much auto resolve it now. Like I could do it, fight it again just to make sure I don't take any casualties, but it's not really necessary. And then you're going to take a little bit of damage on all of these units, but because we stayed camped in this area, we've got enough movement now to get back into our home area to get regen, so we'll be able to heal them up mostly. Okay, and we'll sack a little bit more. Now, one thing that I like to do early on in the game is to Put some points into this. And that's another thing with heroes is heroes can do one action per turn. So if you join an army, that counts as their action. So if they join an army, then they can't then go and join another army. But if they start off already in an army, then they can leave that army and join another army, and that's their sort of action for the turn. But if they're also, if they're already in an army, they can do a map action. So this sorceress can now leave Malekith's army, and then they can do a map action on this town. Whereas if she'd been outside and joined, like the last turn, she wouldn't be able to join him, fight, and do the attack the town in the same turn. So now we've got enough slaves, we can do this right. So this gives plus 50% experience gain for sorceresses, extra winds of magic, extra XP per turn, and 40% increased action chance for sorceresses. So basically we'll do this. And then this sorceress now, when she goes to steal technology here, she's got 93%. So you don't want this. Like, it's good to get this bonus to research early on and to power level this sorceress, but you don't want to risk her getting wounded. So with that buff on, she's only got a 1% chance to fail, and now that she's leveled up again, her chance to fail will be even less. It does cost a little bit of money, but I think that it's another little boost you can get early on in the campaign to just use her this way. And then once she's done a few technology boosts on this town, she can rejoin Malekith's army and continue getting more XP. I usually always go Dreaded Slaver and then on the way to Lightning Strike early on. You want to get as many slaves as possible throughout most of the campaign. It's not as important early in the game because you're going to lose some of these slaves due to rebellions later on. But now I could go all the way back into the into Ghrond to get a little bit of extra regen, but if we come at this exact spot, then we'll be able to just inside the border here, we'll be able to get to the Great Arena, sack it, and then get back and recruit more troops, I believe. So we'll test that out over the end turn. Still waiting for that to build. We want to keep increasing our relation to. I'm going to keep increasing our relation to Crone Hellebron and Haganeth. So if we kind of just keep an eye on this, eventually we should get the option to give her a defensive alliance. She's going to keep getting more increased relation every time we do more military actions against Ghrond. So that's the other reason why. That's kind of the main reason why this sort of Sack City start, I think, is like one of the easiest ways to start with Malekith, because you basically get like a guaranteed alliance with Hellebron, and then you get to confederate with her. Whereas if you don't sack Ghrond, like sometimes it takes a bit longer and it's a bit more iffy about whether she'll ally with you and stuff. But yeah, if you do it this way, you're pretty much guaranteed to get an alliance and guaranteed to get a confederation with Hellebron. Okay, so this kind of changes things a little bit. So they've put a powerful army into this town. So potentially we don't really want to take that on right now. Now they're not researching, but their other 5 units that would have been otherwise damaged is going to get regeneration over the end turn, that is. So we might just skip the attack this turn.
Abominable snow.
And just hire more. I think I would feel a bit more confident about attacking them with another 3 units of Dark Shards. But we'll do Steel Technology again. Another option that you can do, another start variation on this start that you can do, is to rush for Ghrond, which is just around here. We can't see it, but there's their capitals here of Ghrond. So what you can do is kind of recruit every turn, and then maybe it's about turn 4 or 5 when you've got about 15 units or so, 16 units, you can just conquer this and then move here and then conquer Ghrond as well. That can be quite good, so you can stop Hellebron from taking it over. But we should be able to, even if we let Hellebron take it over, we should be able to get it back from her when we confederate her, like fairly soon afterwards.
This traitor myself.
We're just going to keep going specialist for now, so it's cheaper, and then we want to also pump up steel technology, so we get a higher buff. So you can see she's got 5 turns now with plus 20% research rate, and that'll keep stacking up to get like an extra 3 turns every time she does it. Yeah, one more turn on that. That's fine. Now the other thing we want to take here is sacrifice to Cain fairly early. That gives you plus 50% slave decline rate, so we're going to lose our slaves fairly early. That's why you only really want to do it right at the start of the game. But it'll give us extra income from slaves, extra replenishment rate, so we'll be able to just conquer every turn, and extra slaves captured each battle, plus this really powerful ability, Dark Conduit. So we'll get that fairly soon.
Druki or not, death is coming.
Yeah, so
My visions predict failure.
we've still got this army of, what do we got? We got 13 versus they've got 5 plus 11, 16. Just trying to think whether we should join the sorceress back in. So what we can do is put the sorceress back into our army this turn, and that means that she'll be able to join the attack and get some XP this turn without us spending any money. And then she'll also be able to next turn she'll be able to like join the attack for some free XP, and also attack the settlement with a strategy map action.
Destroy them.
Looks like the battle. It looks like the balance power is a little bit against us, but
Key to back.
depending on the map and stuff, I think we should be able to do it fairly easily. It's not ideal. Like normally, this army doesn't come down here. Normally, Hellebron kind of attacks Ghrond, and they sort of defeat the army, so you often don't have to deal with this army at all. But yeah, I could have waited another turn, and I suppose I always can. Like if I lose this battle, I can always just kind of flee back into Naggarond. But yeah, I could wait another turn, and then it'd probably just be a lot easier. But they are recruiting, so.
Attack. Glorious carnage. Druki. Bloody slaughter.
Okay, so we've got the same map again.
Cold-blooded killers.
Yeah, we kind of want to. So we could set up here, but these trees are going to make it a little bit easier to. A little bit easier to get around the sides of the our sort of archer-based army.
Dark shards.
So one way we can do it is to do like a checkerboard formation. So the units at the back can
Cold-blooded
sort of defend the units at the front. like this type of thing. We've got an odd number of units.
Dealers in death. Dealers in death. Dark elves. Dread spears. We are ready. Black gods.
Malekith.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what we want to do.
Bolt throwers.
Yeah, change to multi-shot round.
Black gods. Ready. Bolt throwers.
Sorceress of Ghrond.
We can gamble. We can probably get a little bit more winds of magic than that. Now we haven't got the chariot, so the chariot would actually be quite powerful if we could use it. Our biggest kind of problem is going to be dealing with their cavalry, probably. So we want to kind of try to lure out their cavalry, I guess. And we also want to stagger the approach of their archers. So if we get Malekith to go down here and tank their arrows a little bit, well, he's going to mostly evade them. But yeah, that will slow down his archers because they'll start trying to shoot at him from where they are now. And then that means that they'll be a bit behind when the rest of their army gets up to where my ranged units are.
Malekith comes. Advancing.
No survivors.
Lord of Nagara. Onward. Carnage form.
Yeah, so Malekith has got pretty high armor, so he doesn't take too much damage from this kind of stuff.
Malekith comes.
Dark shards.
I will have destruction. Attend me.
Sorceress of Ghrond.
These sideways shots with the fireball can be quite powerful
Chosen of King.
if they hit. Oh yeah, that's nice. See, that just wrecked that unit pretty much.
Dark shards.
Sorceress of Ghrond.
Carnage falls.
Murder awaits.
I crave battle. Malekith. Come forth.
Eager. Battle call.
Druki. Glorious destruction. By Drakira. For the king.
I hope that doesn't go through my own unit.
All shall tremble.
Yeah, that unit's pretty much wrecked.
Warriors. By Cain.
Yeah, we'll try and keep taking out those guys.
Malekith. Hear my words.
Black gods. Advancing.
We've got that's our what do you call it, our can't remember, yeah, buff that Dark Elves get.
We are ready. Blood will flow. Dark shards.
Sorceress of Ghrond. At once.
Fear me.
Nagel.
Yeah, it's a bit messy.
Cain.
Our Blackguard are getting a bit wrecked as well.
Bolt throwers. Glorious destruction.
Kada.
Dark shards.
Narrow them.
Yeah, I think that's it. We got army losses now. Probably.
Malekith.
Maybe not.
Bolt throwers. orders.
Strike them down!
Dark shards. Slay them.
Yeah, so it's a bit messy. We lost a bit of a fair few troops, but we didn't actually lose any units. I'm a bit... I don't know whether the Blackguard of Ghrond are really necessary to keep, but I always try to keep them alive. They don't tend to do too much in the early game, but they're quite cheap relatively because of Malekith's discount that he gets for them. Yeah, it's nice to have some elite infantry just in case you need a last line of defense or something like that. But yeah, as you saw, they tend to get shot up quite a lot because they don't have any shields. And especially when you're up against other Dark Elves that have armor-piercing missile units. That's their main defense, is that they've got high armor. So yeah, so the armor-piercing ranged units kind of make a bit of a mess of it. Yeah, so we're just sacking again. Not getting too much money, but we're getting these slaves we can use for our rites, and we're getting more XP and more magic items each turn. Now we've got our Sacrifice to Cain unlocked. So once we pop that, we can just start regenerating heaps of heaps per turn. So we didn't quite make it back into let's just merge those two units to make it a bit cheaper. Take another point of steel technology because we've still got 3 more turns of the pluses to the sorceress's success chance. So we want to kind of maximize that because she's now giving us 4 turns of plus 20% research rate. So when she, if we can do it again before that runs out, she'll be able to get her increased. It'll increase to an extra 6%, so it'll be 26%, which is better, obviously. Yeah, I think because she joined the army, he lost a little bit of movement, so he doesn't quite make it there. Otherwise, I would go back and regenerate, and I would also use the Rite that gives us extra regeneration. But I'll put off using the Rite for 1 turn. Now, this hero is messing up our movement a little bit. That should do it. Yeah, we can get a little bit of regen with that. Yeah, I think if we pop the Rite now, it'll it'll be a little bit wasted. So we'll do it at the start of the next turn. Okay, so what I like to do here is, now that we've got rank 2 unlocked, we can sort of build a few more things. I like to get the level 2 of this as soon as possible so I can start recruiting masters. Because this will give you access to 2 masters straight away, and they become your frontline infantry instead of using normal infantry. And also, there's a few good things about starting off in Ghrond. Another one is this stone building. It gives you income, also tradable resources, but also reduces the cost of all future buildings that you build in this town. So that's quite a good one to get early. And yeah, growth is good. So is money, obviously. Just getting a little bit of extra income helps us out. But yeah, I kind of like to take the slave pens early because the slave pens unlocks another Rite as well, which is this black arc one. So what I sometimes do is I'll get the slave pens first, even though we don't have hardly any slaves to take advantage of, just to unlock the Rite, and then I'll destroy the slave pens again soon afterwards, and replace it with something that's going to give us a more immediate benefit. I think that's everything we can do. Oh yeah, we can always just check again with Hellebron. I'm pretty sure she'll just offer to ally with us after a while if you leave her alone, but that's steadily going up. We could also give her some money to speed things up, perhaps. How much does it cost to?
I have rights to lead.
Offer her 500. It's pretty cheap. How much money have we got? Well, we are going to be a bit tight on money, but actually, no, I'll offer it now just to speed things up a little bit. Just.
There are many possibilities in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about this. So we're also allied with Malekith. Not Malekith, Malice, and he's over the other side here. He can be quite a useful legendary lord to get access to. And depending on what he does here, sometimes you can also take control of the Dragon Isles with him. What I'd like to do is to join his war against the Issa tribe, just to give him a little bit of a bonus to his relations with him. And then, yeah, hopefully later on we can leverage that to confederate with him.
Northman.
Hellebron.
Yeah, you can. There's an argument for not confederating with Hellebron early to try to confederate Malice, because Malice can be a little bit harder to confederate. But I find that, yeah, if you confederate Hellebron early, she's pretty much always a guaranteed confederation. I've found in my games. Whereas Malice, sometimes it can be really hard to get him. So you can kind of sacrifice the early confed with Hellebron, and then Malice still not confederate with you anyway. So yeah, for anyone who's not familiar with the mechanics of the game, there's this option join confederation that you can get once you've got a really high relation. Generally, you have to have 100+ relation with them, and also your strength rank has to be quite a bit higher. So we got 65 strength rank; they got 72. So yeah, so we'll just keep hiring more guys each turn, and eventually our strength rank will go up, and eventually Hellebron will lose a battle, and as soon as she loses a battle, she'll be weak, and then she'll want to confederate with us. Excuse me. Yeah, so I did suggest last time that I might do Norska or Chaos, because just for the fans of the evil races. Because I have a tendency to play High Elves and Empire and stuff, but and I do really like Norska and Chaos. Although I like Chaos as a faction and I like the units, but I don't so much like their game. Their actual campaigns are pretty sucky, I think. But I was considering doing it because I thought it'd be a fun challenge and stuff. But yeah, then I remembered that I'm actually really crap with those races. Like I'm not very good with Norska or Chaos particularly. Chaos, both of those races. Like if I started a campaign, like there'd be, I might do okay, but there's quite a good chance I would just fail the campaign and just ruin it within a few turns. So I thought, I haven't done too many streams yet with Warhammer, so I wanted to. I don't want you all to get the impression that I'm really crap at this game straight away by just failing at an Norska campaign or a Chaos campaign. So I thought I'd do something that I'm a bit more practiced at. I'll take that buff off. Now we can attack this again. I might, just because our Blackguard took a bit of damage last turn, I might just fight this again, even though it's a bit of a nonsense fight. It's not very exciting, but basically I'm just doing this so that my Blackguard don't take any more damage, so they can start healing up again. Because we might need to expend their lives in a more useful place somewhere else. Yeah, I quite like to do a bit of evil roleplay with Malekith when I play him as well, because most of the other races I play are kind of the more lawful races. No races are really good per se in Warhammer, but the High Elves and the Empire are kind of, I guess, as close as you can get. We'll keep this unit of spearmen around for a while. It's sort of good to have a unit of spear, anti-large units on each end. So spearmen and halberds have this anti-large. That's a symbol, bonus versus large. The little man there, and you can see they're small unit size for the actual unit that they are. But yeah, so they've got anti-large. Just means they do extra damage and stuff to large creatures like cavalry and stuff. So you tend to have them on the sides of your formation, so that because the AI tends to like its cavalry to come around sweep around the wings like this. So you have you usually have a anti-large unit on each side to deal with that. Actually, yeah, these guys can probably come down here.
I will. Forward. Sorceress of Ghrond.
Yeah, the archers, they're dark shards. They're range units. They're pretty much the only units that are going to be much of a threat to us. So we can just start attacking them straight away. And Malekith can use this ability to damage his own units to get extra magic regen. So yeah, he'll do that. And then we can get in here and get some extra damage with this. It's called Chill Road, Chill Wind. That's right. Yeah. These what do you call it? Reaper bolt throwers. They have quite a shallow arc of fire as well. So it's something you got to be aware of. Like you can be on sort of the same level, but if you have them below a hill, sort of shooting over a hill, and you have infantry on top, they can actually shoot your infantry in the back. So you can see here they're only just clearing the back of these guys. So when these enemies get closer, potentially down here, these can start shooting down on a shallow arc. You can potentially shoot your own guys. So it's just something to be aware of. No, yeah, as soon as they get in range of the dark shards, then we'll instantly rout. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, I don't. I think these guys will get counted as being all captured automatically. I'm not too sure exactly how it works, because when you attack a settlement, none of them can escape. They all die. So I assume that means that they get sort of counted as casualty, as captured slaves, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, apologies again to anyone who's wanting to watch some Necromunda content. I will be doing Necromunda again, probably tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, just kind of, yeah, as I said before, I'm getting ready for the Wood Elf DLC, just polishing up on my Warhammer skills a bit. So yeah, I'm not switching over full time to Warhammer yet, but yeah, just starting to mix in a bit more Warhammer content. Because once the Wood Elf DLC comes out for Warhammer, then I'll probably be switching back to that for a little while at least. And then, you know, when the next DLC for Necromunda comes out, then I'll switch back to Necromunda and so on. So we don't want to occupy it. We want to just sack it again. Keep getting those slaves. I actually did intend to pop this buff. Sacrifice to Cain. But actually, no, we've got to wait another 2 turns. That's cool. Yeah, so I haven't wasted anything. Because we use the sacrifice to Hekati, that puts I think that puts a cooldown on your all of your other rites. So we just got to wait another couple of turns. Now, she so she was in the army to fight, but then she's still got an ability to use another action. Like I said, she can do 1 action per turn, either joining an army or a map action. Yeah, so we'll get. Actually, we're going to get this unlocked fairly soon, so we don't really be caught without having that. Steel technology. There she goes. And she's got level 10, so we get long point steel technology, so she can max that out. And we got burning head as well, and then we'll fill out scouting in a minute. Now I've still got 2 more turns of sacrifice to Hekati, so that's just this turn and next turn. So basically what we'll do is next turn, so she's currently got, last turn she had plus 6%, so that's plus, so when she just successfully did it then, it gave it 26%, and she got 6 turns. Next turn, she'll do it again, which will give another 3 turns, so we'll have lost 1, we'll be down to 5 from the turn preceding, and then we'll get another 3, so we'll go up to 8. But now that she's got the plus 10% research rate, that'll make that 8 turns at 30% research rate instead of the 26. So as long as you keep kind of refreshing it in time before it runs out, you get the higher rate as you level up. So it's just, yeah, just a little trick. So yeah, so now, as I said, like, we've got enough movement, we can actually get back here, regenerate a little bit, and hire more guys, keep building up our army. So now we're sort of at the stage where we're nearly got our full stack, and we can start going around and conquering these things. Yeah, or as I said, we can try and take out Ghrond. But I find
Cease your provocations.
at the start, especially, like it's easier to kind of take this part first and let Ghrond go to Hellebron, and then we can potentially get that back off her later. I like to go growth as my first one, but this one's quite good as well. And man, they're all kind of good. This one's probably not really useful because by the time 4 turns pass, we're going to have done most of our recruitment for the moment. But yeah, post-battle loot plus 10% is quite good, and growth is quite good as well. You're going to need all of them eventually anyway, so it doesn't matter too much.
Do not vex us further.
Yeah, we just keep checking Hellebron. Really, we won't really get the ability to confederate her until she loses a battle. But we can get the defensive alliance, hopefully, yeah. So it's just going to give us another bonus to relation with her. But yeah, again, we won't really help us until she takes a loss. You can also get a non-aggression with these guys. But I like to usually wait till you've got Hellebron, just in case they go to war with her, and then that forms a negative relationship problem with Hellebron. So if you're allied with them and then she goes to war with them, then you'll get like a negative debuff to your relation with them. Oh yeah, so this is the other problem. Hellebron can come and try and take your Sac City off us.
I have no equals.
So, yes, as I said, we've only got, this is our last turn of having the plus 50% experience gain and success chance. So we'll just do this one more time. Okay, and now we've got 30% at 8 turns. So we could keep doing that if we wanted to, but we get less we don't get as much of an advantage out of doing it now because we've got more chance of failure and stuff. Now with this Sac City, yeah, you've got, if you really want to hold on to the Sac City and you're just loving sacking the city so much, then what you can do is just go here and siege it, and then just not finish the siege, just remain in siege mode, and that essentially like protects this city from Hellebron, so she can't attack it, and that could be a good idea. Just quickly check.
Ready.
Kane's bride. Your timing is.
No, I didn't think she would be there yet.
I will murder
Yeah, so we can just keep the siege, and then Hellebron won't be able to take it. That could be a good idea. Well, the other option is to just sack it, go back, start recruiting, and then head up this way. What I'd like to do generally is to wait until this rebels, because that way we can kind of chase the rebellion up here and kind of get a little bit of extra advantage out of it that way as well. Excuse me, we'll take the marble quarry, so our future buildings will be cheaper. And then we'll also have a look at what masters we can create. Yeah, so none of these masters are the ones that I really like to take. There's some really good traits that you can get on them, but none of these are them. I hadn't actually looked at that one before. Plus 5% from sacking settlements is kind of useful. But yeah, basically what you want to do is recruit one of them, and then because there's always it wants to always have a pool of 3. So if you've recruited one of them, there's a sort of empty slot there, and they can another one can show up next turn that you can choose from, and then you can start stacking. You can choose the traits that you want and start sort of stacking up particular traits. You also may want 1 or 2 of them just to hang around in the territory and not sort of do much. So they don't need to have good battle traits. Yeah, these guys also give you growth. So it's good to stack them up in this territory and get as much growth as you can, but you need to kind of level them up a bit to maximize that. yeah, so that's the other reason why it's kind of good to keep this sack city, because we can get the masters in there and get extra levels out of them. Yeah, so we're not going to get levels on the sorceress this turn anyway because she's not in the army.
Destroy them.
They're not going to recruit anything because we've got them under siege
Carnage.
and we're protecting it from Hellebron. So we might just keep that status quo there for a minute.
My tears of death.
Yeah, so Hellebron's
Cain has
seems
forsaken.
pretty keen on taking this. Okay, yeah, so we didn't get any good traits again, unfortunately. Sure, which one of these I like the best. We don't really need extra leadership in the army, although +4 is quite a lot. But yeah, unless you were going to make a special army with low leadership units, like potentially that could be good with Hydras or something maybe, if they tend to break a lot. Yeah, I mean, we'll go grab one of those. They cost a lot. They cost quite a lot. They cost 330 per turn to keep them in your arm to have the per turn wages.
Slaughter them.
But yeah, they can be quite powerful. Like all heroes, they level up. So unlike these, I mean, these units level up as well. But yeah, heroes with all the items that you can stack on them and everything, they can just get to be ridiculously powerful, and they always still cost the same wages. So at start they're pretty prohibitively expensive, but as the time goes on, they get better. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's worth. I mean, I want to keep this sack city, but it's, you know, at a certain point it gets to be
Blood.
you know, you're kind of harming yourself more than you're gaining by just continuing to try to hold on to the sack city. So yeah, so we might just take the
Attack. Fail.
we'll just sack it. We've got Hellebron's army reinforcing us there.
Bloody slaughter. Oh. Leave nothing behind. I know my path.
The people grow restless.
I am the Witch King.
We should get a little bonus. Yeah, I got a little bit extra money because of our various buffs.
King of Nagaroth. This world cannot be trusted. A black-hearted rogue.
Yeah, so just getting a little bit extra growth. On there.
People are displeased.
Now we kind of want to recruit some more. Dark shards. These ones are marginally better. These ones have more melee attack, less melee defense. This one's a little bit less melee attack, more melee defense, and they have silver shields, which is the big one. So they're really good against enemy missiles. Sometimes I like to take a few of them. Or we could potentially get 2 of those. Yeah, so 2 of those versus 1 of those is better. And we can get rid of these dark shards now, I think. Dark spear, sorry. I don't think we can get any money out of anyone. You can try.
What foolish errand brings you before me? Fine.
Oh, nice. Probably could have got more.
I only deal in two commodities: wealth and power. No help.
Damn it. I feel like I could have got more out of both of them. Oh, well. Yeah, you can always screw around with diplomacy and like, you know, squeeze every last penny out of them. But yeah, you can also spend all day in diplomacy, which can be a bit annoying. Right, so that's going to put us quite close to the wall with money. Actually, yeah, that is going to put us a bit too close to the wall. So there's going to be a rebellion here that's going to start here next turn, and they're going to start raiding as well, which will reduce our income. So if you go too close to even, then you can potentially go into negative income, which can hurt our make us, you know, us lose health of all of our units. So we'll avoid that. Okay, so the Man Blight tribe is attacking Had Grief. We'll join on the side of our ally.
A rival power comes to parley, demanding a change in your mutual relations.
Yeah, we're not going to take peace treaty with them, obviously. Basically, our rebels spawned. Then Hellebron thought, "Oh, I better help you out with those rebels." She killed them for us, and then buggered off again. But the good thing about that is that she didn't take over our sack city here, so we can just carry on happily sacking it a bit more.
No mercy. Come, Truki, to battle. Die, weakling.
Again, Hellebron's probably going to take it over at any moment, but
Mother of this, don't waste my time with petty intrigue.
but that's okay. Our relations continue to improve.
Cruelty endures. This is real military might.
I'll just see if we've got any better. No, it doesn't look like they want to give us any good masters. But that's okay. Yeah, we'll just auto-resolve this again. No need to waste time.
To the victor, this death follows with me.
Yeah, some of these skills, some of these items and characters that you can get are really powerful. Like +10 with all factions, faction wide, and you can get this on multiple characters as well. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So just buffing growth with these guys. Also, you want to get this +2 public order and -10% slave decline in the local province is really powerful. We've got some other pretty good stats there. Martial names of power are quite good as well. Okay, we've really got everything we want on her now. Well, for the short term, we've got our scouting maxed out. We'll fill out just Burning Head, and then we want to get Flame Storm eventually, and also get Arcane Conduit, so we can keep the magic flowing. I don't think it matters too much which thing you take on after you've got Dreaded Slaver. I usually take Public Order because Malekith gets quite a huge buff to Public Order of whatever province that he's currently in. So it can be quite... so yeah, you can kind of stack that even more. Now, I think we can afford one more unit of Dark Shards. I did want to kind of get about 3 or 4 of these with shields, but it really doesn't matter. Like, these ones are just pretty much just as good. The shields don't make that big of a deal. Okay, so... Yeah, both of these are quite good. We want both of these basically immediately, but we'll probably take this one first, just because we're a little bit short on money right at the moment. And also we want this to end fairly quickly so that we can start accruing slaves. Like, it's good to get the bonus to the slave and the regeneration and all that stuff early on, but then you kind of want it to end fairly quickly as well, so you can start actually stacking up the amount of slaves that you want. And yeah, after we build this unit, we can destroy that building if we want temporarily. And we can destroy this building now.
Is victorious.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the slave pens because they don't really do too much for us at the moment because we don't have any slaves. Once you get a lot of slaves, that gives you a huge increase to your income, but it's not too useful right now.
A chilling kill.
Alright, so the party's over with the Sack City. Hellebron's taken it over, and she's sieging Ghrond. So now we want to start moving up here to take Caldra and take the rest of these settlements. But we're about to get a rebellion here. So we kind of, rather than go up here and then have to come back and stuff like that, we'll basically start here and like chase the rebellion up that direction. Although we might get the situation where Hellebron comes over and just kills the rebellion for us again, which is kind of annoying because we want the XP for ourselves, but that's okay. So yeah, so here we're going to actually take the Artisan's House to get plus 150 per turn, and I might just temporarily get rid of this as well, because we're not going to hire any more troops for a little while. We've got our two masters, even though they're crap masters that don't have the right traits that we wanted. We'll probably replace them later on, but at the moment they're giving us growth, which we want, and they're going to be quite good tanking units, so that all of our archers can have time to shoot the hell out of the enemy. We'll take this to give us extra post-battle loot, and then we also want to get that one as soon as possible, and that one. Actually, the growth might even be... it's hard to say whether the growth's going to... I think this one will probably come in handy quicker.
Chosen of Cain.
Alright. We can just...
The cold winds rise. Death awaits them.
Go to ambush stance for... Actually, that's a good point. If we go into ambush stance, I wonder if we'll be able to automatically attack them over the end turn. That would be pretty cool. I don't think they can spawn within range of an ambush, but I guess we'll find out.
Preparing an ambush.
We'll just double check Hellebron. I don't think she's weak enough right now, but we can get trade agreement, which will keep buffing our relations a bit more. Get a military alliance as well. Probably could have got some money as well. Right, so now we've got a military alliance. She's even less likely to attack us, but she is pretty evil. Like, she does sometimes just break her alliances and attack you for no reason. But yeah, and we're pretty good high relation, and we're all on the same team here, so we should be fine. Okay, yeah, so it didn't trigger our ambush. Okay, and yeah, she's wiped out the army for us. We could potentially get 2 battles out of it if we fought it, But I just want to kind of keep things moving. So yeah, getting quite, now that we've got that buff on, we're getting quite a lot of slaves. You can see 366 from that battle. A bit more than we would have got otherwise. Now, yeah, if she's going to keep killing our rebels, what we can just probably head up north and if we just take training on these guys. I never usually take training, but I don't really want these lords. Oh no, we'll go for the normal stuff. Yeah, so I basically want to gear these guys out as tanks. So we're going to take like hard to hit, but I also want this as soon as possible. Malekith is going to get lightning strike as soon as possible. And Ghrond. So we basically want just more income and more growth. Later on we'll probably want to get some shades, and we'll probably want to rebuild this somewhere. Yeah, so we'll just temporarily build this growth building. It's only cheap and it gives us a little 20 extra growth.
Overlord. I will skin these creatures. Moving. On my way.
Yeah, so we're going to take quite a lot of
Carnage.
we're going to have quite a lot of public order penalty, but yeah, it seems like Hellebron likes to kill our rebels for us, so if we just let this town rebel, she'll probably come and kill the rebels for us again anyway. So, and even if she doesn't, like Ghrond can probably fight off the rebel army with its walls, because it's a sort of faction capital, and we've upgraded it to level 2 already, so it's got a decent defensive force. Now, at some point, Hagrief is going to declare war on us as well. Not Hagrief, sorry, the faction's called Ghrond. As you can see, they're getting quite powerful, taking over this kind of whole region here. But hopefully we can sort of take all this and get back to deal with that.
The people are displeased.
Get some more money there. Okay, so looks like there's a moderate army there. Yeah, we could fight this battle, but I think we can probably auto resolve it. Yeah, didn't lose any units.
Take anything of value.
Now, there is an argument for sacking it first and get a lot of slaves,
Then burn it.
which will increase our income, and we get a fair chunk of extra money as well.
Anything of value.
And especially if these, but see, this one's probably going to be relatively safe, hopefully. So we might not want to bust that one down. We might sack some of the later ones though.
Claim it in my name. Swell my coffin.
Actually, no, we'll sack it.
Fine game.
We'll take the money and more slaves. So now I've got maxed out slaves in.
Never vengeful.
And then we just occupy it. So that busted it down a level, but that's okay. We sort of just initially just want to pump up Ghrond, so we don't care too much about these other territories.
I am the Witch King. traitorous head.
Yeah, I just want to get Burning Head up and running as soon as possible. So we've got 95 growth now. 30 of that's from our 2 characters. And we're going to get a Rebellion next turn. Hopefully Hellebron will stay around and just keep killing our rebels for us.
Hellebron, your timing is poor.
Yeah, okay, so now we can take the Confederation. So yeah, as soon as we take the Confederation, we're gonna have like all sorts of problems with rebels and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll kind of have these 2 other capitals. So now it becomes kind of a rebel management game. But yeah, I still think it's a good way to go, even though it's sort of hard to manage right at this moment. We'll see if we can get some money out of her. Okay, so we got that fairly early. What time is it? So turn 11, so that's not too bad. Now we've got this like penalty to public order, sort of everywhere. But we've also got a lot more increased income, which is cool. We've got Hellebron here. We've got an extra master here. Malicious. Again, it's not the sort of one I would have chosen, but it's kind of useful. What's this Lord? Vicious. Another really cool thing about the Dark Elves that you can do is you can like spawn your own leaders to give your characters XP. Which can be quite useful. So the first rebellion we've got to deal with is over here. So we must see if we can get any units over there. I kind of want these 3 dark shards, but can't have everything that you want.
Blood Queen of Haganeth. Chosen of Hecate.
Yeah, so we can't really join these armies together, unfortunately.
Snow. Ceaseless snow. Limitless.
Roaming.
Who seeks me?
Yeah, it's not worth giving her around. And this army, you want to get rid of that. These Haganeth Executioners and the Sisters of Slaughter, I think that she gets a discount for them, doesn't she? Witch Elves, Sisters of Slaughter, Haganeth Executioners, yeah. So these units are actually cheaper for her than they would otherwise be, but even as, at the cheaper cost, I don't know if they're that worthwhile. There's an argument for keeping the Sisters of Slaughter just as a sort of cavalry and defensive unit, but I don't think we really need these guys.
Behold my beauty. Advancing.
Priestess to the Druki.
White.
We've got a few settlements to deal with here, so we can get rid of that building. And we can... Yeah, we don't really want any of those masters again. At some point we'll rebuild these halls of mustering once we've got a bit more money. Oh, okay, yeah. See, this is not taken out yet. Ashrak's still, Ghrond is still alive. So we potentially might want to go back and sort that out.
Provocations.
Lord of the Black Tower.
Yeah, we want to get this Black Arc up and running as soon as possible as well. Because that just gives you, yeah, powerful sort of bonus.
Your prestige grows, my lord. News of your conquest spreads.
So yeah, you get a chapter bonus because Hellebron had a few territories that we could take over.
Nobody can stand against me.
Well, actually, yeah. Actually, I stuffed up there. I should have kept the barracks so that we could build more dark shards for Hellebron's army.
Their deaths
Yeah,
come
that's a bit silly.
Bloody-handed priestess.
Getting rushing a bit too much.
I will put the rats at the end of my spear.
Sweet rebellion is coming.
We could hire Dread Dark Shards, but
Malekith, King of
yeah, actually that was a really bad mistake. Because yeah, we needed to, because I got rid of all of those other armies because I couldn't join them up in one turn. Yeah, and I was thinking I was going to fill her out with cheaper Dark Shards, but I actually should have either merged some of those armies, kept them around and paid the extra money to merge them, keep them around for another turn to merge them, or kept one of these barracks. So we'll build the barracks here. Hopefully this rebel unit is not going to cause us too much problems.
Everything will bow to Cain.
It'd be nice to get some more sorceresses. If we build this unit, this building here, we'll get another sorceress. I need some more money. Public order might be a bit of a problem. So another thing with now that we've got multiple settlements, we want to manage our slaves. So we want to put all of our slaves into the territory that's making the most money. So Iron Mountains has quite the highest income. So you put all your slaves in there and give this to additional slaves and stop the slaves going to the other areas. That'll make all the public order problems go into the main one as well. So it'll be easier to manage the public order in your other territories. But at the moment we've got this Confederation penalty that's giving us -8 public order everywhere as well.
Bloody-handed priestess.
So yeah, I think we'll get rid of these guys. As mentioned, they're a bit expensive. I don't think we have to worry too much about these Skaven when they attack here. But I am sort of thinking maybe we should take out these city up here.
Lord of Nagaroth.
Because once we've taken out Ghrond completely, then we won't need to worry about them backdooring us anymore. And we've got, as I said, we've already got a non-aggression pact with the Mung up here. So yeah, that's one of the little problems with this campaign with Malekith. You want to take these settlements as soon as possible to start upgrading Nagaroth, but there's always so many distractions around. But yeah, you kind of need to stay on point with that. So I'll do this. I'll take this out just so that Hellebron's going to have a bit more of a chance of dealing with this local area situation. But then we'll...
Moving out.
Master
this
Druki.
guy's giving plus 10 growth, so we'll just move him into this area.
Progress.
We're missing out on our growth from these guys at the moment, but that's okay. And Hellebron's not going to build anything this turn. She can actually go and sit in
You are mine.
here, I guess, just in case they siege it. But I don't think they will.
I have just the poultice.
I survived my rivals.
Rejoining.
I'm skilled to show.
Yeah, that's cool. And then once this builds, then she can go and recruit over here. Yeah, I'm just going to build the growth building here. This is probably going to get recaptured by the Scaven, but that's okay. And once I've sorted this out, we'll head back over there. Okay. So we can't retreat, but it's okay because their army is really weak. It's just all dread spears. Yeah, they've got one ranged unit. So we should be able to handle this still pretty easily. Yeah, I don't want to fight too many battles in this campaign because I wanted to just kind of quickly show through the first, I don't know, 20 turns or so of the way that I played Dark Elves. But yeah, this battle obviously we would lose if we didn't auto resolved it. So we're gonna have to play it out. I'm tempted to go over this side because got this nice flat playing field. Actually, yeah, we will go over here. So this type of terrain thing here, like, blocks enemy movement. So you can't, like, set up too close to it. So basically what we can do is we can kind of corner camp in here. And then use our heroes and stuff to make the most of the terrain. We've also got this really powerful ability, Dark Conduit, I think it's called. Yeah, Dark Conduit, which will, yeah, just pretty much wreck the enemy.
Dealers in death. Merciless warriors. Battle calls.
Okay, so the enemy is attacking, so they should come to us, so we don't need to worry about trying to bait them into attacking us or anything. Where's this line there?
Forward! Bolt throwers! Advance! Druki! Moving out! Blackguards!
We might leave the Blackguard back a little bit, actually.
Awaits. Dark shards! Battle ready! Dark shards! The merciless host! We are ready! At once! Carnage awaits!
We'll do a little bit of checkerboarding.
Carnage awaits! Dark shards! Nagarothi!
Yeah, I can't get any closer to that. Are they moving? They attacked me. Surely they should be attacking. They're still getting into formation. I think normally when they attack you, I shouldn't have to go and chase them. They should come to me. We're still just getting into formation. Oh, here we go. Alright, they're coming. Now we're going to use magic code a bit more extensively in this battle. We might actually want to move up a little bit. Yeah, we'll do Dark Conduit on one of these guys. We'll keep these. Alright, now some juicy opportunities for some magic.
Malekith.
Moving forward.
That's pretty, yeah, it's gone right through the guts of the stuff there, so it's pretty good.
Eager for blood.
Misery for all. Malekith. Attend me. Advancing. Kla!
My power is yours.
Master Druki! Swiftly now! Certain death!
Now this is going to do a really powerful explosion when he gets this organized.
Fear me.
So we won't do that yet.
All powerful. Swift.
Malekith. Dead.
So they just wrecked like a bunch of units around there.
I trade.
It's pretty good.
Sorceress of Ghrond. Seeking victims.
Kada.
Dark sorceress. Swiftly.
Back up a little bit.
Malekith.
Malekith can actually put some more magic down. Alright, we're getting, our front line's getting a little bit hassled, so we'll
Ready.
get some more. Actually, we'll just do this straight through this center here. Malekith and this other
Warrior.
master are going to get a bit flamed, but that's okay.
Malekith.
Doesn't do too much damage to single unit type characters. This spell is meant to be a good single target, I believe,
Hear my
so it might
word.
do some damage to their lord.
Sorceress.
Blackguard. Yeah, we got a Blackguard in here.
The Witch King.
Eager. At one.
Yeah, once she gets her spell back again, she can
Chosen
do some pretty good damage with that.
Kla!
They've got a mess out of melee lord. So, oh no, it's a wizard. Malekith should be able to take her out.
Battle ready! Making ground!
Sorceress of Ghrond.
Alright, so we can... Oh, these guys are pretty much done anyway. We probably might flame our own units a little bit here, depending on which way it deviates. I went the wrong way, but that's okay. Yeah, so they're done. Cool, so we'll try to do a bit of extra damage if we can.
Druki! No survivors! Pack cut! Cold-blooded killer!
But that they've kind of, because they kind of suicided themselves onto our army there, they've
Slash! Kill!
kind of broken their own back a little bit. Because their forces are all kind of decimated now.
The true king.
Yeah, that's probably what we can get. Can't really catch any more of the units. But yeah, so yeah, there's some really nice. Some of these snow maps have these things that are really nice for making funnels to sort of funnel the enemy units in to do heaps of damage to them. Yeah, that'll probably do it. Yeah, so that was pretty sweet. We're going to get a 13% replenishment, heaps of slaves. I tend to like to go for murder captives early on quite a lot, so I can get the trait that gives you -2 enemy morale. I don't know, it probably doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I really like to get it anyway. And also the extra XP for ranking up your archers early is pretty good, pretty powerful as well. But yeah, since this is such a huge amount of slaves, because we just smashed all of these guys, we'll just take the slaves this time, I think.
I am not known for my ability to forgive.
Yeah, he wants peace treaty, but not likely. Okay, so yeah, so Nagaron, sorry, is kind of cool because it's got its
Think me fool? I have no equal.
how much we got?
Bow before your true master.
We've got 14 units there.
I
We've got 7 here.
instrument.
And if we,
Mistress of
so yeah, I was going to say if we camp Hellebron sort of here, then she can use the recruitment from this zone, but still be in the reinforcement area of the capital here.
Chill-hearted.
So put her into. Actually, she won't. She'll be in recruitment mode anyway. So yeah, so we recruit 3 more units of dark shards, and then this army will most likely attack Hellebron. But if they don't have a heap of artillery, we shouldn't have too much trouble with them, hopefully.
A capable servant.
So yeah, I mainly want these 2 guys for growth at the moment.
Black-hearted.
Oh, and this. So yeah, +2 public order, slave decline rate. So we're going to get that as soon as possible.
I will flay this traitor
We've got Burning Head maxed out now, which is good for battles. And Malekith's getting along. Yeah, so we want to get Malekith up to Tyrant as soon as possible. And now we've got Lightning Strike. We want to get into Tyrant as soon as possible and get these skills unlocked. And then we can continue making him more powerful as a battle leader. So now we've got Lightning Strike, so we can get 2 fights out of this, potentially. Just to get a bit extra XP. Well, just because we're going to fight a couple of battles this turn, I might just fight this one out manually. Just fight, fight it at 3 times speed or whatever, just to quickly kill them. That's one thing that's annoying about fighting Dark Elves, actually, because they have these wizard commanders. Even with these small armies, sometimes they can do quite a lot of damage to your army because they can cast a lot of spells on you, unless you can assassinate their leader quickly, which can be a bit hard sometimes. Yeah, one thing I like about having just heaps of dark shards is that you can, and having them all be the same, you know, they're all the same unit, is that you can then just rotate them. So you put, you know, you use them basically as infantry and as what do you call it, as archers. They're obviously really terrible infantry that don't really hold their own, they don't really hold the line very well, and they can't do any damage in melee. But yeah, they you know, they provide a little speed hump for the enemy, so that the other archers can take them down. And then when they get wounded, you can just rotate them into the back line.
Wage war!
Malekith. Setting forth.
Battle ready!
Out of range.
Dark sorcerer! Come, melee! Sorceress of Ghrond!
Fear me. Hear my words.
So this spell, it drains the health of the allies, but as long as you don't kill any models, they all come back at the end of the round. So it's quite good to put on your archers. You basically just get free mana, and it doesn't really do any harm. Which one of these guys got the most health? This guy's got the most health. So if we want, we can just run him into the enemy to soak up some hits. I'm a bit slow there. Oh no, we got, yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, it's okay.
Master Druki! Dark shards! Slash! Kill! We understand! Druki!
Sorceress of Ghrond! Aria Sarius!
Come forth.
Aria! Aria! Aria!
So yeah, it's just using Lightning Strike to get some extra battles out of this little cleanup operation that we're doing on to Ghrond now. Because yeah, instead of getting just like one attack and kind of killing all of them at once, we can potentially get 2 or 3 battles out of it and get a bit of extra XP.
Take them captive. I want their heads.
So this one's, well, it's going to give us quite a lot of replenishment. I was going to say I'll take the murder captives on this one again, but yeah, I might just take this again to get more regen.
Cruelty knows no limits. They are adequate. This worm cannot be trusted.
The Dark Pegasus is really good for these wizards, so they can kind of get all over the battlefield to cast their spells more effectively, and you can use them for charge shenanigans as well. Yeah, extra power reserve is good as well. We kind of want to get to Flamestorm soon, but yeah, we might take this just to have a bit of a, it's useful to have a flyer, and it can move really fast as well. It gives you more sort of tactical options when you get into battles. And that's one of the good things about the Dark Elf start, the Malekith start, that you've got this spellcaster, you've got Malekith that is going to get his flying mount, and you've got that sorceress that can get a flying mount. So you've got all these different sort of things that can give you more tactical advantages, more strength in battle. Now, so this unlocks at 12, so 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we don't spend any points now, we can potentially just get all of these unlocked instantly at level, as soon as we hit level 12, which is potentially a good way to go, because all of these are really powerful. This one's probably the one we least need, but the public order is quite useful sometimes. So yeah, we won't spend any of his points just yet. Now,
Bow before Malekith.
we can take out that one as well. Lightning strike. Surely we can do auto resolve this one.
To battle. Flee.
Yeah, and this time I'll actually take the murder captives. So the more times we do that, the closer we get to getting our trait. So here's another one of these followers that you can stack up. You can potentially get heaps of these in your on different characters. So that's plus 5% income for slave pens and slave markets for all provinces. That just kind of stacks and stacks. So yeah, I mean, like high elves kind of have the most stackable thing in a way because of their entrepreneur trait heroes. But yeah, Dark Elves kind of have this hidden thing with all of their followers that they can get. You can actually do a lot of stacking with different things.
Heir of an Aryan. Lord of Nagaroth.
Yeah, just look at this.
Fight for me.
Oh, took a bit of damage on some of the units there, but that's okay. And yeah, again, I might sack this,
Behind.
which would knock it down a level. But we got Armor of Midnight. Nice, 20% physical resistance for Malekith. Pretty powerful. Yeah, and then we'll just take this again and we'll just occupy this time. So Ghrond's done. Malekith's getting lots of levels. These tanky masters are getting more tanky. And they're helping to buff the growth of the local area. The sorceress is getting towards immortality. We'll give her a little bit more magic reserve. For now. And yeah, we want to resume conquering the rest of the Iron Mountains as soon as we can.
Bloody-handed priestess.
Yeah, I think this, potentially doing what they've got in their army, this could be a pretty hard battle if they attack Hellebron. But yeah, hopefully she can handle it. And then she needs to keep building up her army so she can go back and manage these rebellions in these other provinces as well. Eventually what we're going to kind of have happening is have Ghrond having stable public order and just building up more and more slaves, while these two territories just continuously rebel, so Hellebron can keep feeding more slaves into Ghrond, while at the same time Malekith goes around and attacks other stuff and gets more slaves. And then eventually Malekith will switch to, once Malekith gets to level 40, he'll switch to becoming the home keeper, and he'll just kind of hang out buffing the faction's income, while your other armies kind of go around and do their thing. But yeah, eventually once there's no threats near home, then there won't be much point having him there. So yeah, I kind of want to get another sorceress happening as soon as possible, but she doesn't really help the income situation. And I kind of like to get walls here as well. But yeah, I think I'll take the sorceress. Yeah, I'll take the sorceress. Spice reach, we could do wine barrels, but we'll probably just do money. So we don't want public order necessarily there because we're going to farm rebels a little bit with Hellebron.
The people are displeased.
Yeah, and now we've got the ship, right? So yeah, so this is the kind of the idea with this is that you get sacrifice to Cain as early as possible because it gives you 50% more battle loot and also 25% more casualties captured per battle, and then and then in the early turns you also want to take this Black Ark as soon as possible, so it's going to knock you down 500 slaves, but because you're getting 70 slaves per battle and everything, that's going to be kind of nothing. And then this is going to be available in another 9 turns. And public order, we can also... Oh, OBS just stuffed itself. Well, hopefully that's still streaming okay. Yeah, so what was I going to say? What's my point of view? Oh yeah, so if we need to do the sacrifice to Authority as well, we'll potentially lose some slaves there as well, but that's not such a big deal, so it's only 100. But yeah, anyway, so you basically pop this as early as possible. I usually pop Hakati first, get that research going, then pop Sacrifice to Cain, then pop Hakati again when you can before Sacrifice to Cain ends. Meanwhile, and pop this during Sacrifice to Cain as well, so this high rate of slave increase from this is kind of powering everything else. And also, yeah, because we're kind of getting a lot of rebellions at the start, so we're not really going to be able to stack up a lot of slaves anyway, because every time you have a rebellion, this total number of slaves, you lose a bunch of those that join the rebellion. So you kind of, yeah, you kind of build them up and then you lose heap of them again. So yeah, so it's not much point trying to build up your slaves at the start, so that's why this 50% decline rate doesn't really matter too much, because you're going to be losing heaps of slaves left and right to rebellions anyway. But yeah, it's probably enough of an explanation on that. Now, yeah, so we can get this one next. We'll take 4 turns, and that will unlock this upgrade, and then we can start getting these slightly more powerful upgrades. So that could be a good option. We've got this one, it's quite good for slaves once we get the slaves going. That one's another one that boosts your incomes, quite decent. Yeah, this one's quite good, 10% income to slaves. You kind of want to get through this as fast as possible, because once you've got all of the slave things unlocked, that's when your money starts to really roll. But yeah, it's sort of like another one of those catch-22s. You want to get through this to unlock all the slave things as soon as possible, but then there's all these other little things that help as well, like the income from ports, the the growth. Basically just income from ports and growth in there. But yeah, so they're like they're more minor compared to the slave things, but you can get to them, you can get them quicker, so they start stacking up that extra income faster, So it's kind of like a bit of, they're good. There's good sort of strategic choices there that are kind of interesting to think about and stuff. Yeah, so I think we're good for this turn. Now I probably just want to get growth. The income from slaves is nothing anyway, but the growth could be useful. You can always go public order as well if you need to, buff your public order a little bit, but we're not too worried about that. We want the rebellion to happen anyway. So we'll just go to that. We could rebuild that, but I don't think we really need to. It'll just kind of rebuild by itself. We don't want to do these things yet. We'll see if those rebels attack us. We might actually struggle with this battle if the rebels attack Hellebron. See, the Mung are kind of lurking around, but they shouldn't actually attack us. as long as we stay pretty strong. You know, everybody hates weakness in this game, but yeah, as long as we stay quite powerful, they should leave us alone. Okay, so Ghrond can level up, go up to the next level, settlement level. Ghrond can level up, which is really good.
Wind blows.
Spite Reach can level up, but we don't want to. It's these satellite type places like Spite Reach, Great Arena, etc., and even Caldra, they can get taken out. We're not really defending anything, so we don't really want to. We don't really want to. We don't really want to invest in them. We just want to invest all in the main capital cities that are more easily defensible. Yeah, I don't think we want to put slaves in the Road of Skulls anytime soon. So we can probably demolish that and keep harvesting for
King Malekith.
keep harvesting for slaves, keep farming the rebellions.
Dread King. Merciless. We shall not rest. Carnage awaits. The true king. I will flay this traitor myself.
I should have had that on her already.
A worthy servant. Malicious.
Yeah, it's certain followers can only go on certain heroes. But yeah, you can. It's interesting the way you can stack them up. So you know, like this high elf slave that could go on. That could go on this guy. Plus, he gets other bonuses to sort of help with the income, help with the slave reduction. And high elf slave can also go on sorceresses. So you can stack up both of these guys in territories. Plus, later on when we get assassins, you can pop them in there as well.
Blood Queen of Haganeth.
Malekith.
We still don't want to spend those. So yeah, it might be a bit of an uneventful turn this turn. Yeah, I'm still worried that Rebel Army is going to smash Hellebron, but if worst comes to worst, she can probably flee. Weird how we can't see this army. You'd think that they're standing right in the middle of our territory. They're currently sieging our forces. You'd think they would be able to see.
A cold wind.
Okay, so we've kind of got to take these guys out this turn because we've got to go back and fight these other.
Despair.
So if worst comes to worst, Daddy Malekith can come down and help us out here.
High Priestess. Always down.
But yeah, it's not necessary. I'm not even going to fight this. We'll just sort of resolve it.
Carnage awaits us. Bind them tight. He must have blood. Bring me my chains.
I don't really need the slaves, I don't think, but we may as well take them anyway.
Chill hearted. We honor you, Cain.
A black-hearted rogue.
Yeah, this witch elf is really good for replenishing your troops faster.
Cannot be trusted.
Behold my
We're going to get a rebellion up here,
spreading despair.
so we'll triple up there. We've got another rebellion's going to pop up here next turn as well, but we can let that one fester again for a little while if we want, because they because we've got the walls of Ghrond to defend,
I feel
whereas Ghrond doesn't have any special defenses, so we kind of want to get up there and defend that first. Also, I think we want to still.
of Harganeth.
Actually, we'll see what we face here, but I think this might be large enough for us to defend against rebels. We maybe don't need a full stack. It's already costing us quite a lot of money per turn.
Glory to Cain.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we want to get walls. Or do we want to get growth? Because sometimes you can get stuck and not kind of be able to make it back here in time for to fight off the rebels. So potentially walls, a little bit extra defense might make the difference there. It's rank 3. If it was rank 4, it'd be. Yeah, we'll pop up some walls. How much does that cost us? Not. It's only 2,500.
I am Cain's instrument. Murder awaits.
Yeah, I'll pop
Moving
this.
out.
Pop her over here.
King of Nagaroth.
And Big Daddy Malekith can head over this direction.
Ever vengeful. Moving. Skaven are distraction. Preparing to march. Seeking depravity. I will skin these creatures. Will be mine.
So yeah, so we got a bit of that kind of messed us up a little bit. The Norskins took out the altar of ultimate darkness. So we wanted to take that from the Skaven. Now we're gonna, when we take it, we're gonna lose a lot of casualties, because it takes sort of half of your army's health when you occupy a decimated town. But what we want to do is we've got this quest battle here, so we'll do the quest battle first while we've still got our full strength.
Merciless host. Attack.
It's kind of a fun little quest battle to do as well, especially while we've still got Dark Conduit. I'll let the west lines go.
These chaos stretches bore me. At least with the Astra, I can enjoy their death screams. Yet, it is a labor that must be undertaken. I claim this altar, not in Cain's name, but mine own. Savants of the desperate gods, I advise you, stay out of my way. If not, you shall face the might of the Druki. And our ways of killing are far more inventive than your own.
I think these I think this graphics look reshade presets do look a little bit better than like without it.
post! Forward!
Battle call!
Master Druki! In motion! My blade hungers!
All powerful!
Is that aiming for her?
On to murder!
Yeah. Cool, she dodged it. That's pretty elite.
Destruction awaits! Warrior Darius!
Yeah, it doesn't do too much damage, unfortunately. I wonder if I put her in the middle of their army and do Dark Conduit, if that would do anything. She seems to be distracting them pretty well anyway. So that's their main job. Just kind of like keeping these guys occupied while my archers and stuff try to get in formation.
Star rising! Warrior Darius!
That's not going to do much.
Seeking victims! Yes, goddess! Now! Darkness comes! Rookkin! My pleasure! Spartai calls! Swift!
Malekith!
Into position!
Follow the wind!
Warrior! Moving!
Chosen of Cain!
Destroy! No qualms!
Oh, whoops, they're going to devastate my own guys. Oh no, it's only affects enemies, that's right. Forgot.
Eager!
Malekith! Kana!
Rite! The merciless host! End it! Dark shards! To destruction! Advance, Druki! Druki, forward! On to slaughter! Onwards to murder! On to slaughter!
Sorceress of God! Warrior! Swiftly! Destruction awaits!
This master's getting ping-ponged by the
Dark shards!
Curse Knights.
Nagarothi! Advance, Druki! Dark shards! Merciless warriors! Advance, Druki! Proceeding! Dark shards! On to slaughter! Going!
Fear my wrath!
Yeah, these fire spells don't seem to be doing too much to these characters, but I mean, Chaos Marauders only have 15 armor, so they should, by rights, take a fair bit of damage from it, but I think it's because they're quite spread out. Because they're a loose sort of formation, they don't tend to take too much damage from it. And these Chaos Warriors have got a more dense formation, but they've got heavy armor, so they don't take hardly any damage from it either. So they're knocked or heap them over, but they just get up. They don't take any damage. Yeah.
Advancing! Dark shards! At once! Moving out! No fear! Away! Into position!
Spreading misery!
Blackguards! Death is coming! Ruthless!
Yeah, so you want to kind of try to pin the enemies like just at the edge of your ranged attack ranged units here, if possible. So you can start like doing maximum damage to them as soon as possible. That's kind of my theory on it anyway.
Barrel then!
Eager for battle! Onward! Going! Dark Elves! Carnage awaits! Master Druki!
So look at his melee defense, it's quite good. He just took a charge from those
I lust for slaughter!
hard spawn, and yeah, just didn't care. Barely took any damage.
Master Druki!
Fureth! Come forth!
Sorcery! Oriole, Darius!
Dark shards!
Yeah, anyway. That's that, basically.
Battle call! Oriole, Oriole, Oriole!
Not sure if we get a little bit of extra
Death! Dealers in death! Understood!
not sure if we get a little bit of extra money if we
Master Druki!
kill all these lords.
Battle
But
ready!
possibly.
It is done!
Lords and heroes.
understood.
Maybe speed things up a bit. Yeah, it's pretty easy battle. Just something, something to do much damage. No. Yeah, sometimes these the attack animations can kind of not work too well, and they kind of just push the character without damaging too much. But yeah, she's getting him. Hopefully, she'll kill him before he gets off the map. There we go. Done. Cool. Yeah, so that just gives Malekith another one of his legendary items. Gives us some more slaves and stuff. So yeah, so once we get sort of closer to that Dark Conduit Rite of Cain thing running out, then we want that gives us the
Enslave the weak.
yeah, I guess we want the replenishment because we're about to devastate these units a bit.
Very well.
You know, I've got the Circlet of Iron. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting item. It gives plus 50% miscast chance to the enemy to enemy lords and heroes. So yeah, so you notice that it's pretty cool. Like you notice enemy spellcasters just kind of like kill themselves because they keep getting miscasts all the time. So that can be quite useful. especially if you're trying to like assassinate them. Also gives you +2 uses for Power of Darkness, makes it cost 2 less Winds of Magic. So Power of Darkness gives you Winds of Magic, but also costs you Winds of Magic, so that makes it cheaper to cast it. Gives you extra reserve and gives you extra magic item drop chance. That's in addition to the sort of 25% extra that we're getting from here. So you know, got quite a high magic drop chance. I like to get magic drop chance high a lot because I tend to do a bit of hero hammer, have a lot of heroes in my armies, and those heroes are like dramatically more effective if they've got a lot of magic items to spread around between them. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed these masters don't have the traits that I really like. But you know, they get some pretty nice things. So you know, they get +12 melee defense there. That gives you another 8 straight off with 1 point, plus 10% HP, which is great. So it's like 20% melee defense. Not quite as high as some other characters, but you can get in their bonuses. But their base melee defense is quite high as well. So yeah, so we'll give it that. Now we've got 65 melee defense. So we get another 5 out of that. So 70 melee defense they'll have as a base, which is pretty powerful. Potentially have some items and stuff as well later on. So yeah, haven't got. That's one thing I guess with Dark Elves, you get more like kind of magic. You get a lot of magical items. So it's kind of, I guess it takes a little bit longer to get. A little bit longer to get all of your characters geared out with armor and weapons.
All shall kneel before me.
Yeah, so we'll take out the Altar of Darkness. We're going to lose 1,000 troops, but we'll be able to regenerate them pretty quickly. I think Malekith might have got a little bit of XP from that, but not quite enough, unfortunately, to level him up. But that's cool. So we'll take out Recto Gorge next, not next turn, but the turn after. Now that's when sort of things kick off and it starts getting a lot more dangerous, because then you sort of start getting down here. And basically, as soon as we get to war with no, actually we haven't found them yet. I think it's King Katep, or the Tomb Kings faction that's around here. Once we get into the war with them, that's going to be the first thing that really starts to challenge us a lot. So potentially, if we can get to tier 4 before that, that would be good. So that's one reason why we've done well so far with not going to war with Clarkaron. So potentially we can use Clarkaron as a bit of a buffer if we want to keep turtling, or if we can sort out all this area, then we can actually go on the offensive down that direction maybe. Yeah, so we'll wait till he gets 1 more point, and then we can get all of his tyrant skills in one go. Hellebron's got to fight these battles, so yeah, I think this army is like, I don't know. It's like almost good enough to, like, it's good enough to wipe these guys out, but it's not good enough to like auto resolve it. Which is sort of what we want to do. Trying to think of the best order to do this in. We want to like, so we can either auto resolve this, or we can attack them once, let them retreat, and then next turn attack them again, which means that we'll get more public order from Ghrond. That might be the way to go. So yeah, so we'll fight them, but we won't wipe them out. We'll let them retreat, and then we'll get a bit of extra.
Is watching. Slash, stab, fight.
Yeah, just again, sorry for those people who are hoping to watch some Necromunda tonight, but yeah, as I said, when Wood Elves comes out, I'm going to be doing a lot more Warhammer content, so I just wanted to kind of start getting my hand in, get my eye back in again. Because I haven't played much Warhammer for a couple of months now. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we don't have any artillery. This is a bit of a different ballgame then.
Hellebron!
I think we've still got the missile superiority.
What now?
Bride of Cain! Hellebron! What deeds await? Hellebron!
Eager for battle.
We are ready. We understand. Dark shards. As you say.
Going. Proceeding.
Brides of Cain.
Without question!
Understood.
Through! Dealing death!
Dark shards. By your command.
Quick!
Death hang!
Cold-blooded killers.
In.
Master Druki!
Cain wills it!
Made. Shut.
At once.
Mystery upon mystery! Slaughter them!
Striding. Battle ready. We are ready. Blood for Cain.
Fell deeds!
Femme fatale.
With haste. Advancing.
Fell and foul!
Bringers of death.
Yay! Agreed!
No fear. Immediately. By my spear. Dark shards. Onward. Onward.
Yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, we're taking a lot of damage. See.
Druki.
So yeah, I'm not sure how maintainable it's going to be for Hellebron to be taking out like multiple rebels per turn sort of thing with this setup.
See it through.
Death hang!
Dealers in death.
Relentless.
Cain's bride! Catch them! Lord of murder! To battle!
All right, that's pretty much done. We kind of want to take out the
Dark shards.
enemy lord. No, she's dead already. That's pretty easy.
Pleasure.
Death awaits.
Hellebron!
Ready. Dark shards. Death is coming. Destroy.
Sa'anisha.
Cool. All right, we won't kill any more of them. We'll let them keep a few units so that they can keep being rebels next turn. So yeah, we leave them alive, and then that means that they'll keep more malcontents will leave for the rebellion, and they'll
Must
keep increasing the public order of our local area. So yeah, we'll take the regen.
Behold, beauty on the move.
Web of Shadows is another nice damage spell. So you just kind of get all these different. This one's a weapon, which is nice. Other diplomatic with all factions, so you can kind of stack that up on all heaps of different characters, which is pretty cool. Yeah, just farming all these rebellions and everything, it just kind of gives you so many items that you can kind of stack up. You can end up getting some quite powerful buffs. Sure, what we're going to do with this point. I guess we go for Indomitable Will.
Bring me his traitorous head.
Oh, okay, so they put points into Raider, so we could actually get to Lightning Strike faster if we just kind of go straight to there. This is kind of good though, as she gets extra money from sacking and looting settlements. So that's kind of cool if she's going to be one of our main conquering lords. Yeah, I think we made a fair bit of money out of that. Gains, yeah.
Glory to Cain. We honor you, Cain.
So we can potentially farm this rebellion here for a little bit longer. And this army, we want to kind of keep it going too, because it's giving us plus 20 public order each turn. So, you know, we're going to lose a bit more public order when we take Rakdo Gorge again, but it's going to be negated by this. So that's kind of useful. Yeah, it's a little bit... sometimes if this doesn't play out properly, you can kind of lose things and have to backtrack and take over stuff again, and you know, it can be annoying. But yeah, if it all works out okay, it's going to be pretty... I mean, if worst comes to worst, you can always just kind of retract back to Naggarond. Naggarond doesn't, you know, is usually pretty impregnable to most things, especially if you can bring in at least a small army to help it.
Mistress of Arganet.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we'll maybe recruit another couple of units. Minus 891. It is a bit of a malice, but yeah, I think with 2 more that should do us. When's the... Yeah, so we got 7 more turns of sacrifice to Cain, and we've got rid of our minus 8 penalty for confederating, which means we can confederate again. So now we're kind of looking at when we can maybe confederate Malice. If he loses a battle, like potentially we could get him. Yeah, so these guys are wandering around here somewhere. I don't know how powerful they are, but I had actually totally forgotten about them. But they could be sort of anywhere around here. Beastmen can be kind of sneaky that way, so we have to be prepared for them to kind of take over, you know, trash some of these minor settlements or whatever. So yeah, maybe I'll actually just recruit another unit here for Hellebron. How much are they costing? Oh, they cost it 200 each. Yeah, I forgot about that. They're not cheap like they are for Malekith. Yeah, we'll go 2 more. That should be okay. We might have to downsize her again. We'll see how things go. Actually, I'd like to do an Imric Calidor sort of early game guide as well. Like I might just do that as well in a few days or next week or something. Because yeah, I've got my own kind of way of going about that I wouldn't mind showing off in case you guys would like it. Death Sword. Causes damage can pass. Oh, okay. It's just like an executioner skill. I actually haven't used that before. I mean, I'm sure I have used it. I just, you know, never really like paid much attention to it. Okay, so we got it down to minus 60, but now they're now we're not getting any more bonuses, so we want to wipe them out this turn. This one is going to rebel next turn, so that's cool, and that means Hellebron's got something to do. She can keep kind of leveling up, and her army's not wasting, you know, not wasting this 1400 and so on. 1400 or so gold that we're losing every turn by having her hanging around. So yeah, we'll try and get 2 battles out of it again, so we can get as much XP for the characters she's carrying around. We could just auto resolve it, but yeah, we'll fight 2 battles. We don't want them to survive through the end turn because they're not giving us any public order anymore, and we're going to have another battle fight next turn anyway. But yeah, if we get 2 battles out of it, we get a bit more XP as well, so that's good. Yeah, it's not too serious of a battle. We don't really need to worry about it too much.
Spreading despair.
Orders understood.
To murder.
Over there!
Forth. Cain's bride.
Away!
Catch them.
Dark shards! We are ready! Understood. Orders understood.
Moving. Death awaits. Sethai.
Get going! Dark shards! Forward! Onwards to murder! The merciless host!
Death hag. Nagarothi. Advance.
Master Druki! Adept! In motion! Moving! At once! Druki, forward! Eager for battle! Going!
Hellebron.
Yeah, just watching these flankers trying to harass me on the side here.
Prime!
Queen Hellebron. Lord of Murder. Death hag. Attack.
Merciless warriors! Onwards to murder! To destruction! Onward!
Death hag. Hag queen. Blood drenched.
Dealers in death! Destroy! Eager for battle! Master Druki!
I am ready. Time to die. Skilled murderesses.
Eager for battle! Murder awaits! Dark shards! Onwards to murder!
Hellebron.
Into position! Dark shards! Destroy! My bloodlust is
Hellebron and her witch elf
I won't die.
companion, just making short work of the enemy lord.
Hellebron.
Yeah, it's a really that Dark Conduit skill is really cool. It's a shame that you can't really use it much after the start of the game. Although you potentially, if you have enough masters, you potentially could still stack it up, because I think it gives you minus 50 to your slave decline, or plus 50 to your slave decline, and each master gives you minus 10 to your slave decline. So basically, if you go and put an extra 5 masters in every province that has a lot of slaves, then you can potentially negate it, and you can potentially even use it, still keep using it later on in the end game. But you know, it's pretty unrealistic that you're going to have 5 masters spare to put into every territory that you have a lot of slaves in. So yeah, it's not really viable. +1 growth. So yeah, basically I'm sort of going for growth on the heroes instead of building lots of growth buildings and taking all these extra territories and putting growth buildings in there. It kind of works out. We'll just wipe these now, and we'll do the murder captives, so we've got more chance of getting the trait. That's the one. Minus 10% slave decline if you get some sycophantic schema, and also gives you +2 to public order. Hellebron's got lightning strike now, so that makes her a lot more strategically powerful in the battle on the strategic map. Means that she can just, if there's 2 or 3 enemy armies, she can just pick out one of them and excise that army like a scalpel, which is pretty good. Okay, so it's kind of becomes a bit of a juggling act with all these rebellions, but basically what we can do is we can camp next to this one, next to this town, and then be really close to the rebels to attack them, and then like wipe them out and then run over here, or we can go into camp in this town to reduce the public order penalties, because they're like this. Like here we're getting +2 from characters, so we could put that +2 over here to slow down the, make it take longer for this rebellion to come. Oh yeah, we can hire another sorceress here. Now, it's good to have, I like having sorceresses as battlefield agents, because they can go around getting extra technology. They can slow down enemy armies, and yeah, they're really powerful battlefield agents. But then again, getting a disciplined fire mage in your armies just makes your armies so much more powerful, and Hellebron doesn't have a sorceress, so yeah, so I'm tempted to get this disciplined one. Although, as I said, I think perceptive is a really good trait because of that magic item drop chance. But yeah, I don't like the dark magic sorceress. Their spells aren't as good as the fire magic sorceress, I think. Yeah, we'll take the discipline, I think, because I think we will want a disciplined fire mage at some point. So that kind of just gives you an extra. Yeah, maybe we can start getting them leveled up early.
Who seeks my malice? Bloody-handed priestess. Their blood sustains me.
Yeah, we are still losing a fair bit of money per turn. If we upgrade this gold, it's 300. That'll stop the bleeding a little bit. And yeah, we'll just build. Should we go growth there first, or what? How much growth have we got? 65. Yeah, we'll get this up to level 3 at least first, so we'll put another growth building in there.
The people grow restless.
Oh, actually, no, we still need that money. Yeah, we might put the money in because we're gonna.
Sweet rebellion is coming.
We're gonna have buildings to build here, so we're not gonna have heaps of extra cash to upgrade Ghrond anyway. So we don't need to worry about speeding up its increase too much. All right, so if we move to there, I don't think we won't have enough movement to get to their town, but if we move there, we definitely will. And we're still going to pretty much regen fully, so that should be fine. What rank is he? Oh, he's 12. So, right, so now we can get all of our stuff happening. So, you can see here we've got, the public order doesn't matter because they're giving us plus 20 per turn anyway. But yeah, we've got, so what have we got? We're getting minus 1592 money wise, and our slave decline rate is, we're losing 7% per turn, and our public order is minus 11. But then, if we take all these skills on Malekith, now all of a sudden we're like making heaps of money, so we're not losing anywhere near as much. And our slave decline rate, it's still 7%. Our public order is slightly less, minus 10 instead of minus 11. Slave decline all provinces, minus 10%. Okay, well I thought we were supposed to get less slave decline rate, but whatever. So I guess, yeah. Decline per turn minus 7%. Maybe we lost 10% of 7%. So maybe before it was 7.8% or 7.9%, and now it's 7.1% or something. But that's okay. Yeah. Anyway, and we're getting income of 605 extra now from all of our slaves in Iron Mountains, and we haven't actually built like any of the stuff that increases the amount of slaves that we get there. Basically, what we want to do is pump Ghrond up to level 4. And then as soon as Ghrond gets to level 4, we'll start increasing these other territories, and the income will go up heaps. But we kind of need to control Hag Grief in this area so that we can defend Recto Gorge and the rest of the Iron Mountains. Because yeah, what happened? This area in here, the movement is restrictive, and it's hard to kind of. If you have an army over here, they're kind of limited just going back and forth here. They can't kind of get out here and do stuff without like failing to defend this area. So that's why I like to have kind of like one maybe attacking army here and another defending army around here. And the defending army farms rebellions. That's why I sort of tend to keep these two rebelling, just for a little while at least, just so they can feed slaves into the main one and get Ghrond leveled up. You can potentially, Ghrond is also potentially pretty safe, so you can also potentially build that up as a slave place as well. But Ghrond doesn't have, it's not the best slave place because it doesn't have 4, like ideally you want one that's got 4 territories, like Hag Grief's a really good one. So you have like 4 territories, and you want something like this that gives you base income that's really high. Ghrond has quite high base income as well, and it's got the 4 things, and I think it's got an extra building that does, it's got a port that gives you 800, and it's got this building gives you extra taxes. Yeah, actually no, yeah, I think I thought there was something about Ghrond that made it better, but yeah, I think actually Hag Grief might be the better one, because Hag Grief's got this this port that gives you 800, and it's got this thing that gives you 800 as well. So and then it's got the 4 it's got the 4 different places that can build it up, build up your slave increase your slave income by building this thing. Gives you 100 extra income generated per 100 slaves and plus 10% income from slaves. So you can put 4 of them in a you know, a 4 province town. So it makes it better. Plus you got the 4 provinces to take guild halls to get extra base income, and if they've got any trade goods, they might have base income as well. And yeah, basically slaves give you like an extra percentage of your base, whatever your base income is. So the more base income you can get, and the more slaves, and the more bonuses to slave income, and all that stuff stacks. All right, so we can spend 2,000 here. Gives us more black art. Oh, that's a good point. I never hired my black art. We should probably get that going at some point. We go from slave pens and markets. We'll probably take this one for the growth right now. It's not going to be as necessary later on, but it's okay. Yeah, this growth 150 we're getting at the moment because we're getting 65 from characters. Yeah, so I almost want to drop some.
You are mine. I am a queen.
I almost want to drop some units out of this to make her army cheaper, but yeah, we might need them, so we'll keep them for now. Yeah, I joined the, anyone who's interested in Necromunda, I did join the, no, I haven't joined up, sorry. I contacted the guy who's running the tournament, and I have to register for that. Yeah, so potentially we're doing some tournaments with, tournament battles with the guys from the Discord that have set up a league. That should be pretty fun. A bit worried about this army, this 20 stack here, but
merciless. I know my power.
Yeah, we'll just wipe that out. We don't worry about fighting it. Oh, we lost our Reaper Bolt Thrower. That was not ideal. So yeah, at this point I probably would normally Alt F4 out of the game and then just refight that battle. Yeah, so basically this well, maybe I should just demonstrate that for the kids at home. But yeah, if you don't know, you can play a legendary but still like kind of get to replay your battles whenever you want, because as long as you don't leave this screen, if you Alt F4, the game doesn't save. So with legendary, you can't save manually. The game saves every time you exit the game. It saves every time you start a battle. As soon as you engage in a battle, like when you're in that screen, the pre-battle screen, it saves. And then after the battle, like now, it hasn't saved again yet. But once I exit out of this and go back to the campaign map, there'll be a little pause while it'll save again. So yeah, so basically each time you have this, before those saves, you've got an opportunity where you can basically press Alt F4, or if you're not, or you can just load. You can just go and load your previous save, and it'll just like rewind you to wherever you were last time you got to one of those points. So yeah, so if I was playing by myself at this point, I would do Alt F4 just so that I can get that back, the Reaper Bolt Throwers, because I wasn't expecting that to get destroyed in auto resolve. You know, since we're doing a stream, we'll say there's no take backsies, and we'll just play it as it lays and carry on. But yeah, that is really inconvenient because I've destroyed all my barracks. I don't have any level 3 barracks, so I'd have to basically now build a level 3 barracks just in order to replace that.
Leave nothing behind. Destroy everything.
We might leave
Anything of value.
that for now. I was hoping that we were going to be able to continue on and take out this army, but we weren't able to.
Follow
but that's okay.
My cruelty knows no limits.
The buildings are
Yeah, so we'll probably build another money building in here for now, just to try to get that income to income neutral at some point. And now we can get extra growth from here as well. And yeah, I just want to wipe out Skittis so that we can get rid of his faction. We don't have to worry about them anymore. So we've got this sorceress now that can join Hellebron's army and start leveling up. Now I was going to farm this one a bit, but I think we'll just wipe them out, and then we'll go over and help Nagaron, sorry, defend against the rebels over there.
Bring me my chains. Behold my beauty. Blood queen of
So she can potentially get over here in 2 turns. If they siege Nagaron, and she can help out. I think Nagaron would be able to handle it without her helping out, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
His traitorous head. A black-hearted rogue.
Yeah, I use my heroes a lot for sort of tanking, so yeah, it's quite good to get a little bit of some defensive stats on them.
sweet murder.
Yeah, so we potentially want to build another barracks in Ghrond at some point, so we can replace that
Bloody-handed priestess.
replace that catapult. We're probably not going to build it in the Great Arena though, so
Behold my beauty.
we've got 4 units here we can use as reserves if we need to. So I might even just get rid of this
People are displeased.
temporarily. It only takes like one turn to build it again if we need it. And then we can put another money building in there.
Lord of the Black Tower. A capable servant.
Actually, I think I usually like to build the barracks in here, but yeah, we can't really. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before that levels up.
We honor you, Kane.
Yeah, I like the Iron Mountains just be a purely economic spot. So we don't really want to have it too. We might put a barracks there just to get an extra hero, but yeah, we'll see how we go. We're up to now turn 18. Yeah, it's still early game. But yeah, probably I'm not going to go much past like turn, I don't know, 20, 25 or something. Just yeah, just wanted to kind of demonstrate how I kind of start my Dark Elf campaigns. I might come back and do some more of it later on at some point, but I'll probably do a few other. You know, I was thinking I'll just do some starts on a few different campaigns just to show you guys how I like to do my campaigns, and then you know if you guys want to like comment on that or whatever, that might be cool. But yeah, I think we have to. Most of the guys that have subbed to the channel at the moment are mainly watching, you know, waiting for Necromunda content. So yeah, that's probably why we don't have too many viewers tonight, but. That's okay. We'll get some more Necromunda content going later in the week. But yeah, I'm a big Warhammer Total War fan, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of Total War in the future as well. So there's no sense hiding it now, I guess.
the skin even hear you.
Yeah, so the only reason we went to war with these guys originally was to help out Hellebron's faction. So now we don't really have any reason to be at war with them anymore. So we may as well accept that. Okay, cool. So the rebels are attacking. Rebels are attacking Ghrond, but they haven't. Yeah, see, I still don't get why I can't see these units. Like they've sieged my town. Like, surely I can see the units that are outside my town, sieging it. You know what I mean? It's a bit stupid. Okay, so damn it, we don't know where the Scaven got to. That's kind of annoying.
This worm cannot be trusted.
We'll get Firestorm going. This guy's rank 10 already, so he doesn't really need to do another income for local region, which is nice. He doesn't really need to be in the army leveling up anymore. So we can potentially
The true king.
send him out on a bit of a scouting mission. Okay, cool. So that's the army there right there. So that's pretty good. I kind of want to join that hero back in, but we might stuff up our movement. So because he hasn't done an action this turn yet, I could join him back into Malekith's army again before I attack this guy. But I've only got, you can see my movement there. I've only got 3% left over when I attack him. Plus he's probably going to flee, so we might not even make it there.
Master Druki.
He can do assault units. Not really necessary though.
I will put the rats at the end of my spear.
My cruelty knows
Oh, good. They didn't flee. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't flee. Like, they're clearly going to get obliterated. But
fight.
that's fine.
Shackle them.
So getting quite a lot of slaves out of this again. I don't know if we're possibly already maxed out on slaves anyway. They've changed some of these items around. I think they're like more powerful than they used to be. So we've got, reduced power regen rate, less enemy winds of magic in the local region, less power reserve. Yeah, that's interesting. Not sure how that can really be stacked to be super effective, but okay, so that didn't wipe out Stone Septic. They've still got 2 settlements. So I'm guessing those 2 settlements are Shocktack and Cragrock. Or it could be Shockrock, Cragrock, and the Red Desert. So yeah, so we kind of want to take Malekith down there and sort that out. Although Malekith does have significant buffs to the economy that he's currently giving us, so it might be a good idea for him to just hang around in hang around here for a while. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, using that ballista was really annoying.
Hi, priestess.
So we've got lightning strike. What else do we want here? We want witch brew. Cauldron of blood is a mount that makes her gives a lot more armor. So many good things. Yeah, we want this. We want regeneration for sure. Yeah, we'll head down this path. If you know, Hellebron's fun to fun to use as a like killer sort of hero,
On the move.
or lord, sorry. So yeah, I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to make her slaughtery. She's not really much good for anything else, I don't think.
Annihilate them.
Yeah, again, I'll probably just auto-resolve this. I don't need to play that up. We wanted to get them completely wiped out anyway, so that works out well.
Kill them.
I'll just check where the slaves are at, because we probably don't even need any more slaves. Oh no, we've still got some capacity. So yeah, we're getting 1220 per turn now. So yeah, as soon as this gets built, we probably want to put the slave markets back up again, and potentially, I mean, yeah, we want to keep going actually to get
Blood sustains.
get more. We want to keep going to get more growth to get this up to 4 rank 4. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to like, because if we level these up more, then they'll like help with the growth quicker. They'll help. We can get more growth buildings in there and get a bit more growth. But I mean, we're growing at a pretty fast rate anyway. And we're potentially going to lose some of these if we get attacked and stuff. So it's frustrating if you build up Rakto Gorge and stuff, and then they get demolished by enemies sneaking around behind you and stuff.
We shall not rest. Seeking depravity.
Yeah, I was going to say getting to come back and get a ballista, but the ballistas aren't going to be available to be built for a while, so he may as well keep rampaging for a bit longer. I don't know, I do a few different builds with Malekith. One build, sometimes I like to just not worry about taking any of this line. I mean, I think it's better, like it's more optimal to do it, to take this line. But yeah, sometimes I get into these like role play ideas where I just basically, I think of him as like a selfish leader that doesn't care about his troops, so he doesn't get these bonuses, But yeah, it's kind of thematic to take. Another option is to take Slaughterlord to buff his Black Guard, because there is sort of like personal bodyguard, and he gets cheaper Black Guard as well. So that's another option.
Their deaths come soon.
Yeah, so we'll go growth in this one. So now we're going to start, well actually no, not quite now, but soon we're going to start buffing Nagaron's money-making ability. And then we don't need to worry about, once we get that going, we don't need to worry so much about the other places' ability to make money, because Nagaron will be making so much cash.
A worthy servant.
Yeah, so 3 turns we'll pop sacrifice to Hekati again, and then we'll find something for the sorceresses to use it on. And we probably want to build a public order building in Ghrond as well, because we want to start getting that public order back to sort of neutral, so that we can stop losing slaves all the time.
I have much to show. Making good time.
Witch King.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to take a little bit of magic on him at least. Sheaf Master can be good as well, because, I mean, you maybe don't want to keep Dark Shards indefinitely. Maybe you want to eventually upgrade them for something else. But yeah, we're going to be using them for quite a lot of the campaign, so, that's going to be good to get early. Power of Darkness can be good to use him as a battery for the Sorceress as well, even if he doesn't take any other magic. How much is this?
Thou sycophant!
It's 5-7. Oh, we may as well just level it up again. So while he's in the territory, everything's really cheap to build, and it's faster to build as well. Yeah, screw it. See, our money's quite in the positive again now, so we're doing quite well. But as soon as Malekith leaves that area, that'll go to hell. Hellebron's army is also buffing the money because she's in Iron Mountains at the moment.
She is so tedious. I would sooner skin you than hear your drivel.
Actually, if we do a peace treaty with Clan Septic, that could actually be good. Because Clan Septic's at war with Mung and the Agol that are up here, but they're sort of insulated from them by our territory, so they shouldn't get wiped out by them. But they're not at war with these guys down to the south here. So, see, I don't really particularly want to take over these two territories because they're too hard to defend. Like, if I come down and defend these, then I can potentially get armies sneaking out behind me and taking out Rakto Gorge. Like, I really don't want to lose these four while they're growing. So yeah, so potentially if I do make a peace treaty with Skis, then that could be part of a buffer here. So yeah, I mean this campaign, this little this live stream that we're doing right now, I basically wanted to make the theme of it like the easiest way to play the easiest way to play Legendary. Basically, I think Malekith is probably like one of the easiest star positions that you can get, just about. And kind of play it the easiest way. I'm not going to say this is necessarily the best way to play. Like, if you're going to go for like, if you want to achieve the victory conditions and you want to, paint the map your color and all that stuff, maybe it's probably better to be more aggressive. If you can get that snowball happening early and keep it going, the best defense is a good offense. Basically, you just keep conquering stuff faster than they can conquer your stuff, and you can win that way. But yeah, not the way I like to play. But this is, I think this is just it's a pretty easy, kind of predictable, understandable way of starting the campaign, and you're unlikely to have many surprises. Basically, the Agol will backdoor you unless you get a peace treaty with them early on in non-aggression. So you should do that. Hellebron will turn on you as well, first chance you get. So you don't want to negate that by allying with her straight away and then confederating with her as soon as possible. Try and, even though you're not expanding, try to keep your armies as big as possible. So like I had the choice of downsizing Hellebron or getting rid of her army maybe, but that would have caused other problems. But it also would have lowered our power ranking by a lot. And then Ghrond would have probably definitely declared war on us. So yeah, I don't know if I've sort of mentioned the exact reasons why I've been doing everything, but yeah, those are all sort of factors. That's another factor with armies. Like you can think, I should downsize so I don't need this army right now. But if you downsize your military, then you'll get more war declarations on you. And then that can end up costing you more because you need to build more troops and stuff to deal with the war. So, that sucked. You just went the wrong way.
I will continue.
So that just cost us 200 gold per turn. Oh, only for one turn though. He'll get back in there and start buffing it again soon. Another thing we want to do pretty soon is get some assassins going. We can do that now actually. So if we build this building, no, I can't. We don't get assassins till rank 4. That's okay. So we'll build a harbour. We'll build another growth building. Why not? Let's go all out. We can get, oh yeah, we need the slave building, and potentially I would even take this as well, just to get the extra 5% income from slaves, and but I think we actually need to get the public order going. It's probably the most important thing. I would like to also build this one building to get another sorceress, but yeah, Ghrond is like your economy base, so you kind of need to focus on stuff to build up your economy as your main kind of primary thing there, and then that's going to feed your money for everything else. Yeah, we should be able to get to rank 4 fairly quickly. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we need to keep an eye on Malice as well. So it's sometimes going to be hard to get Malice to confederate, but like our strength rank is quite high now. So all we need is for him to just, you know, take a loss, and then we can get him. And potentially, if he's got all 3 of these territories taken over, that can be quite easy to defend. You just kind of mind your own business there, and you can keep getting extra money and stuff. I don't tend to try and defend it too hard or to expand from that side. I just keep just his 3 territories there and just keep them as a. I usually keep them the public order low and just have the rebellions constantly spawning there, and just have a lord over there leveling up. That's how I like to do it. We could get trade with these guys, but
I will hear you. Let's find
no,
somewhere
maybe we couldn't
quiet
get it.
to talk.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, like, you don't necessarily want to make too strong of an alliance with them, because we're probably going to backstab them and start like farming them for slaves at some point. Yeah, I'm just the reason I'm hesitating a little bit is because we've done this peace treaty now with Skidus, and Clarkaron hasn't declared war on us yet, so I'm a bit hesitant about which way to expand. Probably we should go up this direction.
King of Nagaron.
We'll put Malekith in here to give us a bit of extra public order.
They serve me well. I will flay this traitor myself.
A cold wind rises.
Do not vex us further.
We'll just wait. We can build another
Cease your provocation.
growth building there.
Blood Queen,
And she can
Mistress of Argonet,
go to
Crone Hellebron.
Nagaron as well to give us a bit more public order. We're just waiting for these two to rebel again. This is quite a passive. I've got quite a passive way of playing Malekith, especially in the early part. But yeah, we're kind of we're just in the sort of consolidation phase at the moment. We will get pulled into war fairly quickly. Like once the turns start ticking by.
A black-hearted rogue.
What do we want to do here? Which brew's good? Actually, Foe Seek is nice to get a bit of speed. We might just work towards that first. Okay, so that's going to rebel in 3 turns. This is going to rebel in 2 turns. So we might have to head over here. Let's see, up to rank 8. So yeah, I want to get these. I want to get these masters all to rank 10 as soon as possible.
Blood Queen of Argoneth.
Actually, we could have stayed. Could have stayed there another turn.
Guided by Cain.
That's okay. Doesn't have to be like all maximized.
Shall stay.
Right, I've got Ghrond leveling up to rank 3 now, which is great. Ghrond. It's more public order. So I'm tempted to just kind of leave Malekith here because I
There is growing
like I want to expand out to this side, but I don't want to leave this side undefended in case these Skaven like screw us over.
I am the Witch King, preparing to march.
Yeah, I'm going to stay in there for a minute.
King of Nagel.
Ambitions to kill.
Yeah, actually, I mean, that's probably a pretty decent point to end it, really. That's kind of like the early phase completed. Yeah, I kind of want to get on, keep going on, but yeah, that's that's how I played my early game Malekith. That actually pretty much went perfectly. It doesn't usually go quite that perfectly, but you usually manage to pull off something along those lines. But yeah, that's basically how I do it. Yeah, I farm the Great Arena. Just use it as a sack city for 2 or 3 turns at least. Sometimes I'll actually stay there for like 5, 6 turns and just sack that over and over again. Get my sorceress on the second or sometimes third turn depending on how you go. Usually on the second turn I get the sacrifice to Hekati, use my sorceress with that to do steel technology a few times in the Great Arena. Then as soon as possible after that I use sacrifice to Cain, gives you the really good replenishment rate that powers this conquering of all this and keeps all your armies healthy, and gives you lots more money and gives you more slaves. Even though the slave decline rate's higher, you're just spending them to get your Black Ark, which I should have hired a few turns ago, but I forgot. And yeah, it only costs 188 to have it, but it gives you then this big AoE around here that gives you artillery that you can use on the battlefield, which is really useful. And it doesn't give you any extra supply lines. So it's sort of like an extra army that you can have that doesn't cost supply lines. So it's really, really powerful in that way. Also, it's got reduction in costs to upkeep. So you can, but once you build this up and you build up this, you get like some stacking reductions in upkeep. So you can have a sort of a defensive garrison force there in Ghrond if you want to defend against Ghrond, and it'll be quite cheap to maintain. But yeah, so I do the sack city, I do the rites, get the sacrifice to Cain that kind of powers all your expansion, gives you more money, makes your battles easier to win. So if you have any hard battles, that Dark Conduit can really save you. And then that's just about to wear off. We only got 1 turn left. So yeah, well, we're not going to use it this turn really, but basically now I would pop sacrifice to Hekati again. Now I've got 2 sorceresses. Sometimes I try and have like 3 or 4 by this stage if I've built what do you call it, the sorceress's abode in more than one territory. Another thing I do sometimes is build barracks in numerous places to get more masters, but I usually leave that till a little bit later, till about now, when I'll start like switching over buildings and stuff. As I was saying, like once you get Ghrond, yeah, I don't know if I'm a little bit behind where I usually am, or if I usually just go a little bit further, but yeah, a few turns from now, Ghrond will get to rank 4, and that's kind of like the end of the start, at the end of the first phase, where you get access to your higher level troops, and you get access to all your heroes. You get your assassin hero as well then, and yeah, just that's kind of like the end of the start, and when you probably should really start to be starting to conquer and really crush everything. But I think that this is, although it is a bit of a passive start, you probably could, have taken a lot more stuff by turn 20. But I feel like this is just a cool, easy, sort of predictable way to do it. It's quite safe. And yeah, as long as you basically ally with the Mung on first turn, try and get as much, just try and get every agreement you can with Hellebron until she allies with you. As long as you're sacking the Great Arena every turn and messing up Ghrond, she'll love you and she'll confederate with you pretty soon. I don't think I've ever had a game where she didn't confederate with me within the first like 15 turns. And usually it's faster than that. Usually it's like within like 5-6 turns. So 8 turns, something like that. The only other thing to worry about is, when you get to this point is when you start having these problems with this side. Basically, as I said, if you try and expand down here more, you'll have some initial success, but then you might end up getting into a war with Katep. You'll probably get into a war with Ghrond. Ghrond's not such a big deal because you can usually kind of defend them just with the garrison of Ghrond. They'll kind of keep coming up here and attacking this, and then you can either just defend with Ghrond or bring your rebel farming army back to help out, and it's usually pretty easy to defend against them. But once you get into the war with the Tomb Kings down here, that can be quite hard to, like, especially if you're still fighting rebels over here and stuff like that. So so if you are going to fight Katep down here, I think it's Katep, whatever the Tomb Kings that are down here, then you probably want to kind of resolve this situation over here as much as you can, so you're not fighting on 2 fronts. And then, if you really probably want to take 2 armies down here, to fight Katep, but it's a bit hard because you're like leaving this side open in case you get enemies on that side. But yeah, and the other tip as well that I mentioned before is keep your armies at high strength, keep your relative strength rating quite high. So strength rating 13 is not the highest. I mean, I could be like strength rank 1 or whatever, obviously would be better. But I'm the highest in my region, around this immediate area. No one wants to declare war on me because I'm more powerful than everybody. So that's ideally how you want to be if you want to have a bit of a relaxed campaign. But yeah, I don't know what else to say in summary, really. That's pretty much my easy mode legendary Malekith starting technique. Hope that you guys that were watching enjoyed that, and if anyone watches the VOD, if you got any comments, if you want to tell me about how you do your Malekith start, I'd be really interested to know and chat about that. I love theory crafting about all this kind of stuff, so how about it? All right, that's all I got for tonight, guys, and I'll catch you next time.